Ladies and gentlemen, week 2, almost in the books. Wild-ass week. We got a lot to get into here. We're saving the recap, the official recap show, till tomorrow night with Story. He's going to hop on here. Until then, I'll keep you company. We're going to answer all your questions, go through some of the biggest storylines before we go through each game individually. But injury news, Joe Burrow in particular, which is up in the air, but not looking good. It's grim right now. Bad performances, bad coaching, awesome action, a lot of awesome stuff here. We're gonna get your questions in soon and go through all the stuff that happened, because compared to last week, this was an explosion of offense, a lot of points scored, a lot of fantasy points scored, more injuries, a lot of awesome stuff. I am gonna hit you with the intro, and then we're gonna get started. All right. First thing that I get into is Joe Burrow, because this is not good. This is what happens when a bad franchise invests their money like they're playing Madden or playing fantasy football. Doesn't invest in the defense, for one. Does not invest in an O-line. Joe Burrow's got his brains beaten in, and he only played 5 quarters this year. And it was just a matter of time. This sucks, man. I took Joe Burrow in 5 different leagues. 5 out of 25, dude. That's a big investment. He was falling to me in the end of the 4th, early 5th. And I'm not happy about it. Oh, Peyton, it is not just turf toe, bro. There is ligament damage. There is a option of him playing through it, but the other option is surgery. And no, well, that's the optimistic part, 2 weeks. The other end of it is possibly 3 months, which would lead us to mid-December. And one saving grace we have in terms of fantasy is, well, 3 months or the year, but one saving grace is mid-December would mean he could come back like week 14, week 13, and the Bengals are 2-0. So they might have something to play for, but the point is, this is just brutal, man. Fucking brutal. Dude, Jake Browning's good. He's like a Nick Mullins, a better Nick Mullins, if that makes any sense. Jake Browning for fantasy, I actually don't mind, because he's almost more aggressive, more turnovers, scrambles a little bit more. So I don't mind Nick Mullins as a streamer if you need some help. We got a question already here. We got Ibuka or Keenan Allen to score more fantasy points tomorrow. Oh, Ibuka. Bet that shit. Twice as many, bro. Twice as many. JJ McCarthy. Oh, we're going to get into that, Andre. Holy shit. So here's what we got from JJ McCarthy. We got 3 awful quarters against the Bears, who just got lit up for 52 points, mind you. And then at a nice 4th quarter, and then 4 awful quarters against what we thought was a bottom 10 defense. Now, the Falcons defense played well. I'm going to give him that. But just do the math, man. We have 7 quarters of awful football from J.J. McCarthy. And you know how hard it is? Granted, I get it that Addison's suspended and Hawkinson's probably done and Aaron Jones looks like trash. You know how hard it is to be that bad playing under Kevin O'Connell with that team? It's really bad. It's really bad. Ooh, I called Walker is still the one and Hawks by 14. Damn straight. Hey, man, I told you guys all to start Walker over Charbonnet, and I started Walker in the one league I had him in. So I'm not going to take a victory lap on that one. Neither should you. I mean, it was a good call, but like, this is kind of what we expected, right? Unfortunately, Zach Charbonnet still got 15 carries. So, yeah, that's Michael Myers, baby. Michael Myers. Thanks, D Rhodes. Again, hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, check it out. Subscribe to the channel. I'm giving away, if we get 50 subs and 50 likes in this video, I'm giving away a free bet. I've already given away 2 of them. Free $10 bet. I place it. My boy Chase almost won $1,000. He hit 6 of the 7 legs today. I placed it for him. He would have paid $1,100. I would have had to pay the taxes on that shit too. Anyways, guy's a terrorist, bro. I don't know why I drafted Hawk. I knew that guy was terrible. Well, Hawk used to be a good PPR scam tight end, right? He's never been a touchdown guy. He's never been like a Mark Andrews type, but he just looks cooked, bro. This offense looks cooked. I think, and another news note, we're talking about the Vikings game here, is Aaron Jones got hurt, hamstring injury. That's Mr. Hamstring. That guy always gets hurt. Jordan Mason to the fucking moon, baby. Wow, Andre, good call. Rattler actually looked competent. I will give you that. But so the Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker thing flipped this week. So last week, Charbonnet was way more efficient, got all the yards per carry and the big runs. This week, it was Kenneth Walker. So I feel like it's somewhere in the middle of that. I think we all need to lower our expectations for Charbonnet while K9's healthy, and we need to put K9 back in the top 24 discussion. I never left him. I never kept him out of the top 24 conversation. Like I would have started Charbonnet, or I would have started Walker over DeAndre Swift. But I would have probably started Javonte Williams. We got to talk about in a little bit. Javonte Williams, fucking firm RB2, baby. Guy I've been talking up all goddamn season. Colby, we got our guys in here, man. I lost Burrow and still won. Goff is my backup. Yeah, man. I had a league where I started Goff last week and bench Fields, and then I started fucking Fields this week and bench Goff. Like, that's fantasy football if I've ever heard of it, in a fucking nutshell. K9's top 15. Ooh, bold, bold, bold. Well, no, Andre, it's not just you. Mason is an actual running back. Aaron Jones used to be a running back. He is just old, and he's a pass catcher. So Mason, regardless of this injury, if Aaron Jones misses a week or two, which he probably will, Jordan Mason's not giving up this job. He already has a starting job, right? He's already getting 60% of the workload out there in terms of rushes. He's not giving up this job. So Jordan Mason owners need to be ecstatic right now because Jordan Mason's looking like, fuck, dude, I'd say top 18 back right now. Dak, well, we got to talk about that whole Cowboys game, man. Andre, hey, I think you were on the stream when me and Story were talking up Io Manor. I have Io Manor in like 12 leagues, bro, as my bench stash. Io Manor is a stud. I don't know what to say about Calvin Ridley because I love Calvin Ridley too, but Io Manor was on the field a lot. Again, dude's a big physical receiver. At times looks like A.J. Brown. Now, that might be crazy to say and because I'm an Io Manor guy, but speaking about A.J. Brown, what do we think of A.J. Brown, man? The Eagles' play calling is dreadful. Yeah, isn't that crazy? He had, I think, three receptions there in the first quarter. And then what did he end up with? 5 for fucking 32. It's rough, man. Jalen Hurts is still fine for fantasy because he's going to get a rushing touchdown every single game. They do what they have to do to win at this point. Like, they're almost becoming the new Kansas City Chiefs. Like, the last couple of years, the Chiefs, like, fantasy-wise, were bad because they just do what they have to do. They go through the motions. Their defense solid, and they're just going to do what they have to do. Andre, I love this comment. Kyron better watch out. Your boy, that is my boy Corum. Way more productive, way more explosive. I don't know if you saw the game. Corum, like, I'm trying to think. It'd be like me in doing a threesome with like a chick, right? And I have prime Ron Jeremy next to me, right? And then I pull out my schlong and I got to compare it to Ron Jeremy's. Like, I'm not small, I'm average, but like compared to Ron Jeremy, I am a tiny ass dude. I'm a midget, man. So like that's the difference between Blake Corum. And we all saw it, right? Blake Corum has juice. He's bigger, he's faster, he's smoother, he's better. So I'm worried about Kyron Williams. I have Kyron in 3 leagues, but I have Blake Corum in 15 fucking leagues. So I still think it's going to take an injury for us to really. Corum's never going to take the job, and it's going to be hard to trust Corum, right? You're not going to be like, oh, I'm starting Corum like a Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones situation. But we've seen this in the past. The weird thing is they paid Kyron a bag. And the thing is, Sean McVay did not pay him. Sean McVay has no allegiance to his running backs. We've seen it, man. He will fucking release your ass. Cam Akers, dude. Cam Akers, we all thought was the guy until he wasn't. So I'm super excited about Blake Corum, dude. There's a chance now after this performance today that they're going to play the best dude, and there's a chance, give it 2 or 3 weeks, that Blake Corum becomes the starter. And Blake Corum in that role, Kyron's been a top 8 running back, top 10 running back the last 2 weeks. Or last 2 years with no talent. Honestly, no talent. Kyron, no talent. A scrappy player, I like it. But Blake Corum, way better talent in that role, would be an easy RB1. So I cannot wait for that, boys. Thoughts on T-Law and BTJ? They can't seem to get on the same page. Dude, they weren't on the same page last year. Here's what I'll say, man. You buy low right now on Brian Thomas Jr. That was my number one fade I had in my hot take segment, Brian Thomas outside the top 20 receivers. So this is what I expected. Maybe not this bad, but you buy low right now on Brian Thomas Jr. because at least that offense looks functional, right? T-Law looks fine. It's just T-Law can't hit on deep passes, bro. So As a BJ Jones owner, I miss Mac Jones. Dude, Mac Jones was fine today. Mac Jones is fine. The thing is, like, Trevor Lawrence is just a souped-up Mac Jones, but more inaccurate. We got Kyle saying, full PPR, who wins trade? Justin Jefferson for Brock Bowers, McLaurin, and Trey Benson, 10-team league. Bowers, McLaurin, and Benson. Even though I usually, in this situation, in a 10-team league, I always take the best player in the trade, which is Justin Jefferson. But my panic meter on the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy is at like a 6 or 7, bro. And McLaurin will bounce back. Trey Benson's the elite of the elite handcuffs, and you have Brock Bowers, who is the tight end one. Yeah, we all missed that Sun God opportunity, man. You know what's crazy, dude? St. Brown's number in Vegas this week for receiving yards was 64.5. I did hit that. So one of my big bets of the week was Jameis. I did 5, right? Hopefully you guys tailed those. I went 5 for 5 this week, guys. I am 7-1 on my gambling segment. But I bet JMO for 47 yards. And then right after I bet it, bro, and like DraftKings does that stupid thing where they give you like 10%. You have to eat 10%. It's almost like driving a used car or a new car off the lot. And I would have lost like $28 on my cash out. I would have just done St. Brown's. So I put like a half unit on St. Brown, full unit on JMO. But JMO still got his number done. But St. Brown got that number 64 yards in like the second quarter, dude. Let me catch up in these comments. Oh, it's popping today, boys. I appreciate you guys. Mac Jones is dealing. Mac Jones is going to be fine. Just remember, when Trey Lance was traded up for, a lot of the conversation was they were going to trade up for Mac Jones. Kyle Shanahan loves Mac Jones. Mac Jones will be just fine. I'm more worried if Trent Williams gets hurt. I'm more worried about, Ayuk coming back and Kittle being injured, and if McCaffrey gets hurt. They'll be fine with Mac Jones. Andre, I'd be shocked if Jay Jets finishes top 5 with that quarterback. I mean, think about it. If he didn't have that random bullshit catch at the end of the second quarter with like 10 seconds left when they thought they were just going to like run the ball, what was that, a 50-yard reception? What would his day look like? It would have been 3 for 20. Instead, it was 4 for 70. So it's a problem, dude. Blake has a question here. I got to do something in my league. DJ Moore, Devonta Smith, Ridley at flex. Saquon, unfortunately, I took Travion. JCM and Benson. I think you're fine, bro. What's your record? If you're 0-2, you have to do something. If you're 1-1, you ride it out. Travion will be fine. Now, RJ Harvey, on the other hand, is not going to be fine. We're going to get into RJ Harvey right now because RJ Harvey, he's returning kicks right now, folks. He is playing behind. I want to see the snaps here. I have my site. The site I use hasn't had the snaps out yet. Tyler Bidet played more snaps. I promise you. I watched that game. Tyler Bidet played more snaps than RJ Harvey. J.K. Dobbins is taking this job. I am really worried about RJ Harvey. On top of the snap share problem, dude, Harvey looks slow, dude. He did not look great. Andre, now this one pains me. Do we panic on Fields? We roll with Fields, bro. We're not panicking. That was a bad game. He would have got the garbage time tutty if he stayed in the game. I would like to think he'll be fine. Three completions, though, as a Bears fan, that resonates with me because I've seen that before. But one game after an epic game, like I'm going to call it a wash. It just sucks because most people benched him last week. You started him this week. I'm still fine with Fields. I think he's not a must start next week. I get if you're hesitant and your skepticism. I'm still rolling with Fields, baby. Dolphins fans fly into the fire. McDaniel banner was great. Well, and they don't have anything easier now because they have to go. I don't know if they go to Buffalo or they host Buffalo. Either way, they play Buffalo on Thursday, and they're going to get. They should have won that game today, by the way, but they're going to get their brains beaten in, bro. Like this is it. I feel like there's a chance they win this game because it's Thursday night. It's wacky. If they don't win this game, it's either going to be they win by 3 or they lose by 25. So this is it for him. He is definitely fucking. He's definitely fired up for this one. Are you sold on the Colts or not yet? Dude, Danny Dimes. We call him Danny Dollar. Now I'm going to call him Chris Kyle because he is sniping all of Jonathan Taylor's touchdowns, bro. He is essentially a better passing version of Jalen Hurts right now. Like they just run the tush push all the time with fucking Danny Dimes. So I'm not buying into Danny Dimes fantasy stock quite yet. I think he's a pickup, but like I'm not going to just rush to use a waiver claim on him. But the Colts defense looks competitive. I do like their play calling. I mean, come on, that's an Eagles disciple right there. So Shane Steichen is good. He's a good coach. Jonathan Taylor is healthy. Jonathan Taylor looks like a monster right now. So you have that combination. I love their weapons. I've always loved their weapons. I think this is more of like let's condemn Anthony Richardson right now because he had the same team last year. Anthony Richardson, former top 3 pick, super talented, but can't throw the ball, can't hit anyone. Pittman, Downs, Warren's a monster, right? Alec Pierce, I love Alec Pierce. Adonai Mitchell, they have weapons for days. Jonathan Taylor, good O-line. This offense is going to be good. I don't think I buy in yet, but I'm not going to. Dude, they're probably the favorites to win that division right now. Boldy, what up? I love Browning, man. I do love Browning too. Browning is a gunslinger, and I love the Browning gunslinger aspect, right? Like, and he's got the same situation that Joe Burrow has, and we all love Joe Burrow for fantasy. And yes, Joe Burrow is an elite player, but Browning is into that awesome fantasy situation where you have a bad defense, you have good pass catchers, and he's a little more mobile than Joe Burrow. So again, he's not a 1-to-1 replacement, but I think if Jared Goff's available, you probably grab him. If he's not available, I think Browning might be the guy, or Trevor Lawrence. But Browning is solid, man. I like Browning. Again, guys, 50 likes, 50 subscribes on this video. I'm giving away a free bet. Where I'm going to be on here for another hour. So we have an hour to get this done. It'll be someone I can see who subscribes, see who likes. It'll be one of the regulars, maybe. But new person, if someone's in the chat, I'm going to give it to them too. So I do a random drawing. Already given away 2 this year already. Blake says lost week 1 because DJ Moore backwards lateral. My wife lost the matchup because of that, man. That was bullshit. This week I'm down 4 into tomorrow with Bowers questionable. He has Herbert at quarterback. Only 2 players left. Bowers is playing, so I wouldn't worry about that. Bowers is playing. Harvey got 22 snaps today. Hate to see that. It's Dobbins' backfield. Is that a for sure? Harvey got 22. How many did Bidet get? I think Bidet got at least like 18, right? Oh, Andre, how much more time do I give Golden? There's some demons in the waiver wire. Butte had 1 catch today. It was a touchdown, but 1 catch. And Stephon Diggs. I would keep Golden over Butte. I would keep Golden over Keenan Allen, depending on what he does tomorrow night. Iomanor and Tillman. Okay, now we're talking, though. I would give it 1 more week. There's got to be someone else you can drop, man. Because Keenan's an expiring asset, right? He's not a young player. Like, he's going to be steady, but you want to shoot for the moon, right? So Bidet got it's Bidet got 14, 22, and so that means that Dobbins got like 35 snaps. Wow, that's not good. I'm actually surprised. I didn't think that Harvey was out there that much, which is actually a bad thing because I didn't notice Harvey at all. So, man, like Henderson will be fine. Henderson is going to take that role in a week or 2. I'm surprised he didn't play more in this game, but RJ Harvey, I am like panic on right now. Yeah, Reed's out for the year. We know that. Golden is fine. The problem is they got other guys, dude. They got Tucker Kraft. They like Dontavian Wicks. They love Romeo Doubs. Yeah, I'm trying to think in the next couple weeks, would I rather have Wicks or Golden? I think in the next couple weeks, I'd rather have Golden. Season long, I'd rather have Golden. Next couple weeks, I'd rather have Wicks. It's rough, man. The fact we're talking about Wicks versus fucking Golden it says all you need to know, right? My bench is Monty, Pollard, Javonte Williams, Golden, Ricky P. Ricky P had a disappointing game today. But that was a weird game with the Saints, man. They weren't on the field a lot. They were running the ball. I'm not worried about Ricky P at all. Juwan Jennings got that kind of fluky touchdown. Blake, good call. That's exactly what I said. He's a Packer fan. So, see, I watch all the games, baby. I don't mind the Packers. Anyway, hey, a lot of you guys, new guys in the chat that have been tuning in, I appreciate it. If any of you guys have a top-notch laptop with not equipment, you don't need equipment, good laptop, are decent at talking, I'm going to have some guests on the show. So, Andre, I'm talking to you. Blake, you've been on a couple times. If you guys want to come on the show for a live stream, I would love to have you guys. I'll get a hold of you later. I'll drop my email. You guys can get a hold of me. But I would like to have you guys a couple times a week. I'm going to have a guest host on here, give back to the people that have been watching because this channel is going to blow up. I think you guys all know that. It's been 4 years, but I've been really putting the time in recently. So, I mean, it's like public speaking, but I'll make it easy, bro. As you see, I'll make it easy. I'll take care of the shit. So CK 2-0. CK, you're in this. I was just saying, any of you guys, new guys that have been watching, I'll get you on the show. We'll have you as a guest. So I'll drop my email in here in a little bit, and at the end of the show or something. So we got Sean saying, as a Bears fan, it's hard to see Love do well. And Robbie, you know, we can talk whatever anytime. Sean the Great. Sean, do I know you, Sean? I know a lot of Seans. I know a few Seans. T-Mac, hey, dude, T-Mac looked great, man. McMillan looked good. There's no one else there. Bryce Young actually looked good. I cannot believe they almost won that game. Like, what was it? They were down 17 or it was like 18 points with like 8 minutes left in the game. Cardinals just went to sleep. But T-Mac needs to be in the top 15 wide receiver discussion. I whipped on that one, bro. I have 0 T-Mac shares. Hey-oh. Let's go. I'm the general store for fantasy, bro. Fantasy football. We do movie stuff in the off season. We have a Joe Rogan style thing. We do everything, man. But right now it's fantasy football live shows. Hopefully you play fantasy football. If not, if you could subscribe, that'd be cool. It's entertaining. I'll tell you that much. Why does Kyler hate? Well, Marvin Harrison did have a pretty awful drop on like an 18-yard out route, but they didn't throw the ball much. Marvin Harrison will be fine. He looks bigger. He looks a little faster, but he's not an alpha, bro. Whoever was the announcer in that game said that like there was an interview with Kyler and he said like, does Marvin Harrison demand the ball? And Marvin Harrison's not that dude. He needs to fucking speak up, right? Like be more of a princess and a diva and bitch about not getting the ball. Well, hey, Blake says, I feel so bad for Bryce Young. I mean, you should be a little bit, but appreciate. Oh, dude, Sco, my sports betting, baby. I went 5-0 this week. I'm 7-1 on my actual. I know I do a lot of bets, but like on my Friday night, beating the odds, 7 p.m. Drop that every 7 p.m. Central Time. Prop bets typically 7-1 to start the year. 5-0 week, son. I don't know. Did you guys tail the bets? Andre, Blake, CK, did you guys tail any of those bets that we talked about in the gambling show? So, yeah, dude, we 5-0. No, it's a combination of ESPN and Rick and Morty. I'm going to take that as a compliment, right? Because, like, I don't know. I don't want to be compared to ESPN, unfortunately, but because they would fire me in a fucking heartbeat, dude. You know, I'd definitely get accused of sexual harassment. I'm not going to lie about that one. We have to cook a lay for Monday Night Football doubleheader tomorrow, dog. Dude, I can't wait, man. Doubleheader, it's the best night of the year. Week 2. Dude, that's what I said, man. I didn't like it, but I knew that as long as he stays healthy, which is a question because he got a concussion, but he still got it and they played awful. So like eventually Vegas will catch up. What I said in the show was, you remember the year with the Bears in 2023 when he had 1,100 yards and eventually his lines were like 66 yards over under and he was still hitting them by a mile. That's what's going to be this year, man. I'm going to toss this game to some bullshit. Miss Andrews and CD. Oh, I don't do touchdown bets, just so you know. I do my long shots, but like I don't count those. Those are $1 bets. I'm talking about my actual like 5 bets for player prop yardage. Over Nico yards, under Chubb rushing. Ooh, what's Nico's line? Is it like 71? Is my guess? Yeah, Andre, dude. What the James Cook, dude? I think we might have whiffed on that one. I think the holdout had something to do with it. I think we all expected Ray Davis to be more involved, which just isn't the case. And, dude, he's a good player, man. Made 93. I'm not trying to, like, brag over here. And, like, I'm more of a fantasy player. Like, I have $7,000 in fantasy. That's my bread and butter where I make money. I have won $4,000 since week 1. Granted, I hit that giant parlay I put in the channel, $10 to win $1,600. But I'm 7-1 of my big bets where I throw $200 a pop. And then I parlay all those usually. I went 5-0 this week, so I parlayed all those together. It was not much. It was like $5 to win like $200. But you know, I just take advantage of all the boosts. So yeah, it's been a good year so far. Unfortunately, you know, it's not going to continue like forever, but that's why you got to stay disciplined with gambling, right? Don't put more units. Just stick with your unit betting. Thoughts on the Chiefs? Mahomes fighting for his life out there. Mahomes is grinding, bro. What I love is that he is taking it. Like he had 60 yards rushing. I think week 1 he had 50 yards rushing. He'll be just fine. You keep Mahomes in your lineup as a starter in fantasy. He'll be just fine. You're getting Worthy back. I don't care if he's a little diminished. You're getting Rashee Rice back after week 6. Mahomes will be just fine. I'm actually encouraged what I'm seeing from Mahomes. And eventually that offensive line will gel. Did Xavier and Howard shadow Sutton today? Kind of. But Sutton had the one promising about Sutton. He had 4 targets, 1 catch. He had 2 targets in the end zone, though. Sutton will be fine. Just Sutton does these games from time to time. And Bo Nix is erratic as shit, man. I need to hit something tomorrow. Well, hey, tomorrow at the end of the show, if you want to stick around, I don't know. I'm going to be on for a while. I'm drinking. My wife's sleeping. So we could maybe find, I know there's boosts out tomorrow. We can actually make a parlay if you want. I like to do one aggressive one, as in first touchdown, like a long shot, first touchdown, and like 3 legs. And then I like to do a safe one with like 4 legs where like they're all even odds, or maybe even adjust the line to make them a little safer. What's Ibuka? Ibuka is pretty low, I think. Well, the running back situation, Andre, in Kansas City is just disgusting right now. Look at Poker Guts. Poker Guts is tossing out a fuckload of bets on us, dude. Sko, you're a Dolphins fan, man. I feel fucking bad for you, bro. And that's crazy. I'm a Bears fan. Who got more embarrassed today than the Bears? That was fucking terrible, dude. What's crazy about the Bears? First 3 quarters, that was the JJ McCarthy experience. We allowed 3 points? The last 5 quarters, I think we've allowed like 80 points, dude. 80 points. Texans do struggle against slot receivers. I do, and Ibuka's a fucking real deal, man. I love Mayfield in this game because it's hard to run the ball against the Texans. Both running backs are in for I think Bucky will be fine because he's a better pass catcher. Both running backs are going to struggle in this one. Oh, Skulls, he's a Colts fan. Well, it's a good day to be alive. And it looks like you found your 3rd franchise quarterback. My deadline for Caleb before I give up on him. See, dude, I have no idea because I was never that high on him to begin with. But I'm going to give him some time. It's right now, it's not a Caleb problem, dude. Our defense is getting eviscerated. Our offensive line is straight shit. So it's so hard. Look at Poker Guts. Ooh, throwing out a rushing prop. I like Poker Guts. I'm the rushing prop guru. I like that one. Yeah, Sutton had 1 catch. And he got targeted in the end zone twice, though. That wasn't a whoa. CDC throwing the J word around here. I'm going to have to remove him from the chat because I'm the only one that gets to use racial slurs on this podcast. CDC, okay? Sorry, bro. Son of a bitch. Mazel tov. Hell yeah, Sean. That's what's up. That's how we deal with the trolls in this chat, okay? We give them a taste of their fucking medicine. I've had a lot of people ripping on my beard, and I just laugh it off. I had a guy telling me he's fucking my mom right now, and I was like, yeah, she's a whore. She's 65. You like 65-year-olds? Like, have at it, bro. My dad's Chuck Norris. He's going to beat your ass. So I'm not in control of my mother. She's a woman. She's like an old woman. So, like, is that coming at me? I don't know. Hey, AM, how you doing? All right, so what else we got here? I'm going to change the banner here. We're going to get to some highlights, talk about stuff. The Joe Burrow thing, we're going to have to wait and see on, right? But it doesn't look good. And the problem is if he comes back, you have a diminished Joe Burrow, right? Not a really that mobile of a guy already, and now he's really immobile, and you have no offensive line around him. It's a problem. We're all chilling. This is the Fantasy Football Lounge, baby. 7 days a week, usually late nights. I find that's the best time to get the people I want to talk to, right? I don't want any children in here. Okay, I'll get arrested. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, we're starting a great community here. A lot of awesome people giving away free shit too. Subscribe, like the video. 7 days a week. We do gambling, fantasy football. In the offseason, we do other crazy shit too. But if you want to win some money, man, I'm killing it right now. I don't know which of you guys were in the gambling show on Saturday night, but we threw out some bangers out there, man. Aubrey just smacking 60-yarders casually. Dude, the kicking is just unreal right now in the NFL. Giving you guys all my hard rock lines. Hell yeah. Over Keenan Allen, 53.5. Over Brock, 55.5. I don't like to put that much on one game just because, for instance, tonight's game, a lot of people had the over, and that game was a fucking dud. What's hilarious is Tyler Algier got the first touchdown and got the last touchdown. So you could have bet him for both those, and you would have won because there was one touchdown scored. We all were excited about Burrow and Higgins. Here's the thing about the Browning experience. With what we saw the last couple of years and what do we know, Jamar Chase is going to be just fine. Yeah, ding him a little bit. The people that are going to get hurt by this is Chase Brown because the offense won't be as good. Any tight end you were thinking about playing, right? And then T. Higgins. That's the problem. Jamar Chase is going to be just fine. If you're Jake Browning, what are you doing? You're throwing to fucking the best receiver in football. By the way, when I put my Jamar Chase was my first bet of my 5 this week, A lot of people in the chat were giving me shit about that. Like, oh, it might hit. Dude, 150? It was only 83.5. That's what Aubrey does, Colby. That's the reason that's what one kicker that like I get drafting in like the 13th round. Unfortunately, he goes in like the 11th or 10th, but kicks inside. Cowboys kick a lot of field goals. They're not that aggressive on fourth, and that guy is just money, bro. Is the gambling show still on this channel, Zachary? Yeah, man. Just go. You can go look at them all, dude. The live show is on Saturday night, and then if you subscribe, check out Friday night. It's around 7 p.m. Central Time. I release the actual YouTube video. It's only 4 or 5 minutes. So you want to get them right away though, because the lines change, right? So I don't know. I'm 64% the last 4 years. This is my 4th year doing the gambling show. I'm 7-1 so far this year. The other years I go like 40 and 28. Usually I do 3 a week. This week I did 5 because I just love the line so much. How much Chase getting fed all year now? Yeah, Chase is always fine. I've seen a lot of channels where guys are panicking on Chase after week 1. I'm like, dude, that's a dumb take. Like, that's a dumb take. One bad week, bro. Everyone has bad weeks. That's why I'm not worried about Drake London's performance tonight. Yeah, it looked a little rough, but like Michael Penix had 120 yards. Algier had 80 yards rushing. I hit the Pearsall over today barely in a 4-leg. What? Yeah, it was like 52 and he had 54, right? I thought Pearsall was going to have a much bigger game, but it's all right. My advice to you, Colby, is stay away from parlays unless you get boosts, right? Like the boosts make them worth the while because Vegas wants you to do parlays and get a unit size, whatever you're capable of losing, right? If it's $10 a unit and your max bet's 4 units, or if it's $100 a unit, whatever, and stick to that. So if you're winning a lot, don't up the unit, because that's where I've gotten in trouble before. I get on a hot streak and I'm betting, 150 to 200 on my big bets, and I start winning and I'm like, oh, I'm winning. I'm going to put $400 on my big bets. Eventually it evens out. So that's one way to kind of control yourself, right? It's like, buy only a gram of Coke and do it. Don't buy an 8-ball, because if you can't control yourself, you'll probably die if you do an 8-ball. There's some advice for you guys. Poker says trade for Chase midweek when everyone knows Burrow is out. See, but Poker, you and me both know that like that doesn't really affect Jamar Chase's value. It might take it down 10%, but people are going to panic and be like, he's barely even a wide receiver 1. Yeah, bullshit. And remember, not a financial advisor. Drake's fine, dude. Dom, Drake's fine. That was luckily he got a couple catches at the end. What I love is they're using him. They're putting him in motion. He's a little dinged up, but at least he looked fine, like physically. His shoulder looked fine. So you can say the same thing about Nico. I think Nico's gonna have a big game tonight, or well, technically tonight, Monday Night Football. Drake's gonna be fine. Unfortunately, some of us took Drake London over Malik Neighbors, which seems like a mistake. I'm still totally fine on Drake London, bro. His target share is elite. He's gonna catch 12 touchdowns. The running game looks great. The defense looks good. It's gonna open up a lot of stuff for Drake London. Well, but you can't count the 5 targets tonight, bro. That was just a weird-ass game script. He's still going to be averaging 10 a game. I'm not worried. No, I think they just figured the game was over, and Algier is a little better at he's a little more powerful of a runner. So why not just give it to Algier? He had a hell of a game, too. 80 yards for Algier. Why risk Bijan in that situation? Like, literally, the Vikings could not score. There was no threat of the Vikings scoring. So, like, what are we worried about, So it was a smart move. I actually appreciate that. That's the nice thing when you have a running back like Algier as your backup. You're fine. Like he's a starter. I was telling my wife, I think Algier is a starter on 8 teams in the NFL right now. If he was, his rookie year, he had 1,000 yards rushing. The guy's a decent pass catcher, good in pass protection. There you go, Andre. Atlanta looked great, dude. No, what I'm surprised by is Atlanta's defense. Cray looked amazing, dude. Like Leonard Floyd, both the rookies they drafted in the first round. Everyone laughed at him for giving a first rounder to move up 5 spots in the first round. They give up in next year's first, but their defense looks fucking lively, dude. And I kind of like Penix. He's very inaccurate, but super quick release. A little underrated in terms of mobility, and he's a gamer, dude. I have to roll with Juwan Johnson over Yeah, dude. Stick a fork in Hawkinson, bro. It's not even about trusting McCarthy. Hawkinson, watch the film. Hawkinson is just cooked. Slow. He had that drop that cost an interception tonight. Hey-oh, Zach giving me a shout out there. I wish you guys would watch the channel from June on because I told everyone to draft Kraft, and I have 11 out of 25 Tucker Kraft shares. So somehow I'm only going to win like 55 or 60% of my leagues this week with Tucker Kraft just dominating. What up, Michael? How you doing, dude? We got a lot of the rags in here. I actually have not watched. I did not watch a lot of that Cleveland game. So I saw his numbers look good. I saw he had some big runs. I'm going to have to go back. Monday morning is when I watch every game, dude. So I not just highlights. I watch every game back. So it's worth it for me. So I'm going to have to go back and watch the highlights on Junkins. But I from what I hear, it was good. They still like Sampson, though. Water Buffalo, should I pick up Io Manor? You should have picked him up before the week started. It's going to be probably a waiver claim now, but you definitely should pick up Io Manor. That's the number 2 now, and he's getting more targets than Ridley somehow. Zachary says, would you rather flex for week 3? Wan'Dale Robinson, Romeo Doubs, Thornton, or Mooney? I'm going to rank it Doubs, Wan'Dale, Mooney. If it's full PPR, it's close with Wan'Dale and Doubs, but Doubs is a trusted number 1 there as of now in Green Bay. Wan'Dale, that's a rare game for him. I mean, dude, Russ had 450 yards passing. When's that going to happen again? Seahawks, 7 straight road games in a row win streak. Dude, the Seahawks defense is fucking legit. I'm holding them. I drafted them in a few leagues. They look fucking good, bro. Their secondary is amazing. They're like, what I compare the Seahawks defense to is like the Houston Rockets in the NBA. I don't know if you guys watch the NBA, but the Rockets have like all wing guys that are 6'9" that can switch and everything. All the secondary on Seattle is like really long, 6'1", 6'2" dudes that are pretty quick that can just guard, they can play the slot, they can play outside, they can play safety. So they just like, they're rotating their backs, their defensive backs. And it's really hard for defenses to adjust for that. And their pass rush is solid. Dude, Seattle fucking wheels up for Seattle's defense and just Seattle in general. Sam Darnold looked okay. Wan'Dale and Wilson have a connection. Yeah, but I don't know how long Wilson's going to have that job. Wan'Dale's underrated, man. He was a sneaky best ball pick because he wasn't like a sexy pick. But the dude had fucking, 90 catches last year? Michael says, do people deserve to give Kenneth Walker an apology? No, because it's also just 1 week, so it could go back to what it was last week. He's going to be a feast or famine kind of dude all year because his touchdowns are rarely going to come from the goal line because I still think that's Charbonnet's job in terms of like the goal line carries, short yardage stuff. Josh Allen, Superman looking very good. Sucked for fantasy this week, though. That's the Josh Allen experience. That's the difference between Josh Allen and Lamar. Lamar is so safe to get you 25 every week. We got to talk about Derrick Henry. How about Derrick Henry's 2-point dud? 2 points. Two. Fucking against the Browns, bro. Like that, you can't make that shit up. Not to mention they had a multiple like second and goals from the 3-yard line. They didn't give him the ball. Poker says, just submitted a trade. Puka for Chase in my work lead. Who knows? You'll probably get that done, man. Unique. What up, Unique? Pacheco's starting to worry you? Dude, Pacheco was worrying me like in the second quarter of week 1. So I am very worried about Pacheco right now. I am worried about the Chiefs for the short term until they get Rice back. And Kareem Hunt actually looks good. Like, I'll eat my words, bro. I was making fun of people in best ball taking Kareem Hunt and taking him in redraft in the last round. Now, I wouldn't do that personally because I don't think he'll ever have the full job. Kareem Hunt looks better than Pacheco. And I thought it was an injury thing. And I don't know, man. It's just rough. Like, I think they're going to run a 3-back committee. And we haven't even seen Brashard Smith yet really take that Jerick McKinnon role, which he will in the coming weeks. I promise you. Like, Brashard Smith is an elite. Go watch Brashard's film in college. Elite pass catcher. So quick. Pacheco's fucked. Like, you can't drop him, but like I would rather have, I'm trying to think. I would rather have like Brian Robinson Jr. right now because I'm not starting either of them. And at least in case CMC gets hurt, I have like a league winner. Pacheco is never going to be shit. So Turbo says, which teams are rooting for Monday Night Football? I haven't gambled on anything yet. I don't have any bets. So whoever I bet on, probably. I think I'd like to see the Raiders win though. Flores, Zach says, let's see. Before today's games, I traded Nico, ETN, and Jameson for Debo, Pickens, Benson, and Justin Jefferson. ETN, yeah, you got a good trade there. Benson's fucking awesome, bro. It's a matter of time before Connor gets hurt, and then you got Jefferson. Although I'm a little worried about Jefferson, but Pickens is fine. We shouldn't have worried about Pickens, dude. Like, this is what the Cowboys defense is going to be. We just saw them give up, 40 points to the fucking Giants? So this is awesome for all Cowboys players. Javonte Williams is an every week starter. CeeDee Lamb, top 3 fucking wide receiver. George Pickens is in the wide receiver 2 conversation. I'm telling you, going forward, he's going to catch 9 touchdowns this year. Andre says, pick up Wandale or Iomanner. Depends what you need, man. I feel more comfortable starting Wandale in the short term, as in like the next couple of weeks, because it's Wandale Robinson. I like Iomanner's outlook for the rest of the year more. Gary. Hey, Gary. Gary Gaetti right here. Drop Mooney for Iomanner. You can. That's so tough, man. I think you might hold off on that. I think Mooney's still going to have some value. That was his first game back from a shoulder injury. Penix didn't need to throw. There's going to be better days ahead for him. Russell was going to Wando a lot both weeks. 14 catches, 18 targets, 2 games. Yeah, man. 90 catches, 400 yards. That's talking about Wandale. No, it was 90 catches for 700 yards or 680 or whatever. But Jonnu or Ferg off waivers. I can't keep starting Hawk. I'm 0-2. It's Ferg for sure, bro. Ferguson had 9 catches, I think, for like 70 yards, especially if it's PPR. I don't trust Jonnu because they're still going to use. I mean, they're still going to use. God, I've been drinking. The fuck. What the hell's his name? The other tight end there. Someone help me here. White dude. Still going to use him. My bad. This is a rare brain fart for me. Is Troy Franklin for real? That's a good one. That is a good one. Man, I think he is for real because he played a lot of snaps, and I didn't think Troy Franklin would comp to a slot receiver. I thought that was going to be no, Michael, I'm talking about on the Pittsburgh on the Steelers. Troy Franklin, I didn't think was a slot receiver. He's really thin and tall. I thought that was going to be Pat Bryant's job, but apparently it's Troy Franklin's job, and that's a very valuable role, especially with Evan Ingram just being a complete turd. Can we all agree Evan Ingram is the turd of turds?
Oh. Hey, guys, the management needs everybody to get out because they caught a guy jerking off in here, and they're going to send in a crew to wipe down the loads. Go ahead.
There's your Evan Ingram clip for the day right there, folks. That's Evan Ingram for you. Fucking Freiermuth. Thank you, Blake. I'm talking about random SD players. I can't think of Pat Freiermuth's name. That's what happens. Sometimes you're on the spot and you get a brain fart. You've also been drinking since fucking 12. I want to say that my wife's here. She's like, you're an alcoholic now. I'm like, I've always been an alcoholic. Surprise. Functional though. I have Hunt as his backup. You can keep Hunt. Which wide receivers can I get for trading Dobbins? I think you want to hold on to Dobbins. If you need to trade him, I think Pickens is a good target because Pickens has not exploded yet. Good game today. Someone like Pickens, I think you can get someone like Calvin Ridley. You can buy low on Calvin Ridley. That's a pretty much good 1-for-1 trade. If you got to find a team, the key is if you're trading Dobbins right now, Michael, you got to find a team that's running back needy because you're going to get the most value for Dobbins if you're looking for a wide receiver. Because if they're running back needy, most likely they're going to have a plethora of wide receivers to trade you and someone on their bench, or they're willing to give you their wide receiver 3 because they have a decent guy on the bench. Rather have Tootin over Pacheco. 100% Tootin over Pacheco because Tootin offers elite upside, whether that's an injury to ETN, whether that's phasing ETN out, because we all know they don't like ETN. Like that report came out, 4 days before the season, they were talking about trading him. Now, that turned out to be a smokescreen, the opposite of what happened with Brian Robinson Jr. with Washington. But ETN has no ties to this organization, no ties to the front office or the coach. So Tootin is a great player, dude. Tootin's got the juice, bro. Yeah, good call, Zach. Kareem has the vision. Pacheco just has burst and still runs right into people. And he has very active feet. What do we got? Hey, Muggy. I'm gonna shut up, Muggy. Trade Higgins or Evans for Pickens. Not yet. I'm not panicking on either of those guys yet. I think you can get more for those dudes. Muth and I forgot about Darnell Washington, the best blocker, 6'7", 270 pounds. He's hurt. Who plays quarterback? I don't know who you're referring to, Unique. If you're talking about Joe Burrow, it's Browning. Franklin looks good, Dom. Franklin does look really, really, really good. I whiffed on that one, man. I'm a Pat Bryant guy, so Zach says, I thought Brian Thomas Jr. was going to be that guy this year. Dude, it's disappointing all around because Travis Hunter, man, I liked coming into the year. I have 4 or 5 shares. A lot of them are on my bench because it was in the 7th round. And I took a guy like Olave, and I'm playing him. Olave, Mr. I get 12 targets, and then every game was 6 catches for 60 yards. Zach says, didn't know Mac Jones is better than Trevor Lawrence. It's pretty close, man. Dom, Ingram's my worst pick this year. What do we do with Evan Ingram? So are we dropping Evan Ingram? Or because he wasn't playing a lot of I know he was coming in the game kind of banged up, but he was cleared. So he was not out there a lot. He had a false start. I don't know if you watched the game. He had an awful false start. It's easy to get in Sean Payton's doghouse. And right now, he loves Adam Troutman, who's on the team. This is a fucking problem, dude. Like, this is a big problem. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do with you? Give me your answer. What do we do with Evan Ingram? Bench him, cut him, start him? Probably not start him, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Got to throw a little South Park in there for you guys. One of my favorite episodes. The it's Michael Jackson, but it's Michael Jefferson, or I don't know if his first name's Michael, but it's Mr. Jefferson. They call him. Fucking amazing, bro. Fucking amazing. I mean, Zach says drop him. It depends on what you have in the wire, but like I think there might be still hope because you're tied to a good offense. And I think Evan Ingram he's 2 years removed from 110 catch a year. It's 108 catches, 116 catches, some crazy number in Jacksonville. Andre says Nico and Ibuka over in yards. You got to bench him, right? But it's like, if you have a better, if you have a better option, do you even hold on to him? Because I hate rostering 2 tight ends. It's a waste of a spot because they're not necessarily, they're rarely league winners, right? And we didn't even talk about Colson Loveland yet. We're saving that for tomorrow with my boy Story for the recap show because he was hating on that pick so much. The second they made it, he did like a 10-minute segment on the show about how that was the worst pick ever. And I was defending it a little bit. And it's mostly that Tyler Warren looks like the dude. And we took him over Tyler Warren. Gross, bro. Right, Colby. Yeah. So he always loves Adam Troutman. So Goddard's fine. But the problem is Goddard's hurt. So we don't know when he's coming back. I think what you could do is you could drop Evan Ingram, and we'll see what happens with Dalton Schultz tonight. But Christian Kirk looks like he's out. He might go on the IR. If that's the case, I think you roll with like Schultz or Juwan Johnson, and then Goddard's just your weekly starter because Goddard will be fine, right? Zach says, I really want to see Kyle Monangai pop. I don't know, bro. It's Swift's job. And also, do you want the ancillary piece on a Bears offense that just sucks fucking dick? Logan says, thank you, dude. That Loveland pick looks bad. Like he's not getting used. He's not playing a lot. He doesn't look great in general. And it's the same thing with the Bears taking Trubisky, right? Okay, bad pick. We traded up for him, bad pick. It's worse when Patrick Mahomes ends up going 5, 6, 7 picks later. So like it's worse when we take Loveland when Tyler Warren was just sitting there, bro. Tyler Warren is an all-purpose weapon, bro. Blocking, receiving, rushing. Guy's amazing. And Colson Loveland's a slot receiver. And we drafted Luther Burden, which he can't even see the field. So we wasted our top 2 picks on like future assets that might not even be assets. So we have, based on that, drop Fannin or Pitts. Dude, Kyle Pitts looks really good, but I love Fannin's outlook, dude. I love Fannin's outlook. If you have Bowers, you're dropping Pitts because you got to trade Pitts. Try to find a trade partner for Pitts. Ben Johnson doesn't have 7 Pro Bowlers anymore. I think one of the problems is, again, we're going to cover this in tomorrow's show. I don't want to use too much of this time up talking about this because my boy Story he's a Bears fan, but he hates the Bears, so that makes sense. We drafted for like this year, but we didn't draft guys that are going to help us this year. And Ben Johnson is not the GM. He came in and like acted like he was a GM. That's fucking garbage. Like, let the fucking GM make his picks, and that's bad. Michael, don't do anything with Marvin Harrison. He'll be just fine. Eventually, they're not going to play the worst teams in the league and be up by 20 points and just salt the game away. So Marvin Harrison looks good, dude. Andre, I'm so tired of watching Swift, bro. It's not great. It's not great, man. Ooh, you dropped Lovin for Kraft. That's beautiful. Well, I don't like polls, but we can't clean house because our coach is there. All us Bears fans hate the Bears. I mean, a lot of NFL fans hate their team because, like, it's easy to armchair coach and armchair GM, but they make it easy for us because, like, if you have any fucking common sense, these moves that the owners, coaches, GMs make are just like outside of the top 7 franchises, and you can name them on literally one hand, bro. It's the Ravens, it's the Packers, it's the Chiefs, it's the Eagles, it's the Rams, it's not the Cowboys. They make good decisions. The rest of them make bad decisions. They draft bad. They make bad free agent moves. They don't sign their players. They trade Micah Parsons. Oh, Jesus, Chandler. I am sorry for you. Had Purdy and Burrow. Would you trade Connor and Garrett Wilson for Hurts? Absolutely not, bro. Just play the wire. Do not like gut your roster for a quarterback because, like, yeah, you're in a tough spot, but there's going to be players. Daniel Jones is probably available. Trevor Lawrence is probably available. Jared Goff might be available. You can play matchups and get 70% of Jalen Hurts and not lose your RB2 and your wide receiver 2. So I'm definitely not doing that. DJ Moore, good call, Kobe. DJ Moore's entire career has been wasted. He goes from a wasteland in Carolina with the worst quarterbacks ever to almost as bad of a wasteland in Chicago. Guys, they aren't fortune tellers. Love the advice and take it as it is. Hello, new channel. I just found it just now. Hey, Robert, how you doing, man? Every night we're on here, dude. Gambling, fantasy football, wacky shit. So late night shows. Really, really positive message board here. These guys are all pretty cool. So Danny Dollar is the real deal right now. So, oh damn, 18-man league quarterback. Who is there? Anyone available on the waivers, Chandler? Because you might have to at that point. I didn't know that, but I still think you could find Joe Flacco or something. And then also, what you probably want to do if you're hurting that bad is pick up a player that could start later in the year, right? You just need a starter. You need a body there, man. Don't decimate your roster. Well, %. I agree, Sean. Packers have started to make the right moves recently. Yeah, but they've been a good franchise. Like they are called Titletown. That was also back in the day, but damn. Who is there? No, there's no starters on the wire. There's nothing. Joe Flacco's gone. Hey, man, I give you respect. 18-man league. Well, Drake May looked good this week, but it wasn't great last week. But he looked good. Drake May looked what we thought he was going to be, right? Damn straight, Robert. That's what it's about, man. You got to start off strong because going in an 0-2 hole seems like nothing, but you're one loss away from 0-3. And 0-3, you have, what, a 20% chance of making the playoffs? And then you have to start making these panic moves. We don't want to make panic moves. 18-man league, though, I like that shit. I like the deep cups, man. I had a couple championships where my team was decimated. Can't believe I made it. And Braxton Berrios, it was two or 3 years ago, had a 2-touchdown game in the championship. I started him in 3 leagues. And just like, I got to get a Braxton Berrios jersey because he's my favorite player. Little scrappy white dude. 14 men is tough. I just prefer standard 12 because 12 is deep enough. Like my league is 12, 3 receivers and 2 flexes, which makes it really deep. But there's still guys out there, and you can just wait at quarterback and tight end. 1-1's fine, Robert. We just don't want to go 1-2, right? Again, anyone new to the channel, subscribe, like the video. If we get 50 subs and 50 likes in this video, I'm giving away a free $10 bet. We already gave away 2. Chase, I forget his last name. He won the one from last week. He placed a 7-legger and missed it by 1. I placed a bet for him. He would have fucking won $1,100. So I'm giving that away. I've been killing it in gambling, doing well in fantasy, trying to give back a little bit, a way to interact with you guys. Also, for my boys in the chat, I'm going to post this right now. You email me right here. CubsFan311 at Yahoo. You email me if you want to be on the show. The guy, you know who you are. The guys that have been on the show, contributing to the chat and everything. Email me if you have to have a good laptop. You don't really need a mic. I think it's fine without a mic. need a good laptop, good internet connection. I will get you guys on the show. And Michael, I've been doing fantasy for 15, 16 years now. Since well, actually more than that, 20, but like realistically 15 years. In the last 10 years, I've done 20 plus leagues a year every year. Now I do about 25 a year, throw about $7,000 in with best ball, $5,000 redraft, $2,000 best ball. I just looked at my fucking DraftKings account. I've placed $250,000 in bets since I've had the app in Illinois. My FanDuel is like $100K. Anyways, I sent my email right here for you guys. You know who you are. Send me an email. Say what's up. Give me your handle, like if it's Blake or a CK, whoever it is. If you think you can handle talking, being on the show, I'd love to have you as a guest. Sometimes we're gonna have some 3-ways on here. Yeah, I do a lot of 250s and a couple 500s, but I don't like to do less than 100. My home leagues, a lot of them are like 150 or 200, but these are with high school buddies and friends I've been playing since fucking high school. I don't want to invest too much. Like I want to do $1,000 league, but that's too much in one league. So much shit can go wrong, right? I like to diversify. It's like mutual funds opposed to like stocks. Anyways, get my email right here. Send me a fucking email and I'll get you guys on the show. As long as you can talk and you don't just sound like a Southern hick or you like don't know how to speak. But again, I'll make it easy, man. I host a show. Like I just want some dudes. Yeah. Zach, 100% dude, whoever, bro. I do a lot of these solo and it's fine. I have 3 or 4 buddies that are going to be coming on here. Story is my main guy, but they can't keep up with me every goddamn day. I do 10 shows a week. So, tell your wife to call my wife and give her a hug from Heather and Sean, but no 3-ways. Oh, what up, Sean? It's hey, dude. There you go. Yeah, I will do that. Rob, let's cook a 2-man play for Monday Night Football games. Yeah, dude. I think we should make a bet here later tonight too. I'm not putting 100. No, for parlays, shit like that, I'm not doing that. I do small shit. Like I'm up $4,000 already this year in 2 weeks, and that's by being disciplined, right? It's like the Mr. Miyagi shit. The discipline. I mean, you can. We can figure it out, but yeah, Zach, hit me up. Send me an email, bro. We'll get that shit set up. Timeshare, share time with those you love through timeshare. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm trying to do with you folks. You find folks in the chat here. Had some good times these last 2 weeks on the live streams. I wish I had figured out live stream is kind of the way to go because I've just been doing a lot of long form on YouTube, which is fine. Awesome because I can edit them, but it's not quite the same interaction, right? And that's kind of what I'm looking for. And then I can still put in, awesome clips and stuff like that.
Okay,
something like that.
What is the absolute least amount of money you could get paid to blow a guy?
Now we're talking.
If I'm honest with myself,
Yeah.
I'd have to say $900.
Oh my God!
Shout out to Robert. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. You're not going to regret it, man. There's not many shows like this. And again, I'm doing this solo. It is tough doing it solo. When I get my guys on here, and then also some of you find people in the chat, we're just going to keep on growing this motherfucker. And it's all about the knowledge, right? We're dropping the knowledge. We're learning together. I learned a lot of shit from the chat. I've won some bets from people from the chat. And it's all about just, well, thank you, Sean. I'm trying to like bring the feel I have for my actual shows. I'm a big Family Guy fan. So I like bringing the feel of like putting cutaways in on the live show. It's a little tougher because I have to manage the chat, talk, content. I'm drunk. Like that's just a lot of shit, but I'm getting better. So what else do we got here today? So we got headlines. What else do we have? Thank you, Zach. We're gonna do it, man. It's been 4 years of this channel. We have over 2,000 subs, but there's a lot of shit out there, and I watch a lot of the shit because I mostly like to make fun of it. But it's time to find something different, right? And like, a lot of the guys that are like they get cocky when they get big, and I'll probably turn into a total dick when I get big. Don't worry, I'm gonna be ripping on you guys. They treat their fucking fans like ass. Like if they ask a dumb question, they like make fun of them. And like they only answer questions if it's a super chat, which I get if the chat gets too big and you're killing it. You can't really answer everyone's question, but I'm trying to answer everyone's questions because I would want someone to do that for me, right? I want to shout out the ITL guys in this league. That's what gave me the idea 5 years ago to even start this channel. They're now they're on Fantasy Pros, Welsh and Bogman. I don't know if you guys watch Fantasy Pros, but that's what gave me the thing. Andre, my most two confident props. Well, how about we take a look at the props tomorrow and the lines tomorrow, and we get this shit going and make some bets. I'm a Bears fan, unfortunately, Robert. It's not great. Right now, it's not a good time. We just give up 52 fucking points, bro. And the Lions are coming off. Here's the problem. Here's how far away we are. The Lions just scored what? They ended up scoring 13 points against the Packers, but that last touchdown when they were down by 3 scores with like 2 minutes to go. So they essentially scored 7 points, dude. And we just gave up 52. How many leagues you do? I do 2, and that's too many. I do 25 leagues, bro. Not even that. My wife does 11. I got her into fantasy 2 years ago. I drafted her teams, and we co-manage them. So if you want to count those, 36 leagues. I feel you, Andre. Again, Andre, Unique, Dom, the guys that have been with me since the beginning, at least of the live stream. Zach, one of those guys. You got my email, right? CubsFan311 at Yahoo. Send me an email. We're going to link up, and then I want to have you guys on the show. If you feel comfortable doing it, because why the hell not, right? Like, that's the way to grow it, right? You tell your friends, you get in the show. I feel sorry for the Bears too, but you know what? I'm so disconnected. It's like, I'm like a beaten down wife that like, I'm beaten by my husband and cheated on by my husband. I don't even love my husband anymore, right? I don't even love the Bears anymore. Like if they win, cool. But like, am I really connected to the Bears? No. And our division's fucking hell, bro. Vikings, okay, they look bad. They're still better than us. Packers, world beaters. Lions are a fucking machine. And the Eagles are in our conference. So do we have any chance the next 2 years to do anything? Absolutely not. Like, oh, hold on. I forgot that. I'm going to repeat that. Where's it at? Do we have any chance to do anything in this division? Absolutely not.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for Jack Doyle.
You got to throw a little Andrew Luck in there and Jack Doyle. Is Caleb salvageable? Yeah, he is. He is. Anyone's dude. We've seen Geno Smith and we've seen Sam Darnold literally be resurrected from like the dead. It was like literally Jason from, I think it was Friday the 13th part 7 when he's buried and dead and he gets like resurrected from the lightning. That is like that happened. I love Andrew Luck. I had a whole bit. We started the show with Andrew Luck. Oh, absolutely. Of him and Andrew Luck and Jack Doyle being like butt buddies and fucking all the time because he loved Jack Doyle. So it does sound amazing, Unique. You're welcome. You're welcome to join too. Like I said, you got my email. Send me an email. I'm gonna get you guys on the show, man. I do all these by myself. I want some company. It helps me to kind of have someone else to talk a little bit. Although I can handle it clearly, but it does help. Bears O-line sucks, Robert. It's trash. What's up? What's up, Jesus? Jesus or Jesus? You could be Jesus. I'm going to get to these lines in a second. We're going to go to tomorrow night's lines and find some shit. How do I feel about TreVeyon Henderson? I feel a hell of a lot better about TreVeyon Henderson than RJ Harvey right now. Because, yes, I get RJ Harvey was a 5th-round pick. Henderson was like a 3rd or 4th. Henderson is at least getting work, and Henderson isn't in the plans. Henderson will take over that job by week 6. RJ Harvey, I think it's going to take an injury to J.K. Dobbins before RJ Harvey is an every week comfortable start. And that's a problem because everyone drafted RJ Harvey to be a weekly starter, and you cannot even start Harvey right now. I'm still starting Henderson in certain spots. Going forward, I'll feel more comfortable. So everyone's destroyed Justin Fields' career, but today was not really I don't want to talk about him because it was not a ringing endorsement on Justin Fields right now. All right, we're going to go through tomorrow's props. Find some. I like to look at deep first touchdown scores too and sprinkle some on that. I feel like that's pretty beneficial. Like someone that's like plus like 20-1 type shit. God, I'm barely even finishing my beers. I have another one here too. Let's look at the lines first. So again, I don't bet a lot of lines. Historically on my show, again, 64% against the spread in terms of my bets, prop bets. I am like 40% or 50% on lines. I do like the Buccaneers though. That being said, plus 2.5. So I think a play would be in a parlay to bump that up to plus 3.5. It would be like minus 140. I would really, really, really like that because I don't feel like the Texans offense is going to be able to keep up with the Buccaneers. And if they do, the Texans win this game, it's by 3 points. No more than 5 points. So, ooh, X. What's up, X? I'm down 32 right now. I have a Marion and Bucky tomorrow. Is it full PPR, bro? Because if it's full PPR, I think you're at a 50% chance of winning. Bucky should have a big game. Yeah, I think I would call it 50-50, bro. If I was against you, I wouldn't feel that comfortable. Andre says the Bucks pass rush decent. No, it's league average at best, but they're really, really. Here's the problem: their pass rush in terms of getting, if they've sent 4, is not good, but they're so good against the run that they don't have to cheat up, right? They don't have to load the box, so that's one of the advantages the Bucks have. Average pass rush, but really good against the run. So, and we know that the Texans' run game's trash, so they can kind of sell out for the pass. And thinking about that right now, I think I don't even know what it is. I know we beat this number last week. CJ Stroud's rushing total, I think that's got to be a smash. I'm just thinking of in the head. You brought that point up. They're not going to be able to run the ball very well against the Bucs. They're going to play I think they're going to try to play a lot of man. No problem, X. I think we want, and he's going to drop back a lot, like you said, and drop backs are fine. Like, obviously, most quarterbacks aren't getting design runs, right? So I think the bet here is going to be, yeah, dude. So, like, one of my big bets for Thursday night my biggest bet was Jordan Love over 5.5 yards rushing. I laddered it all the way up, and he only had 1 rush, but it was for 14 yards. 11.5 for Stroud, bro. I think I love that. That's still low, dude. No, Stroud had like 20 yards rushing last. Stroud's much more mobile than his numbers would say. And look what's happening with Mahomes right now, right? Like, when the team is failing, he's taking it upon himself to like make the plays. So this team is failing right now. Nico Collins is the only receiver. You got Dalton Schultz as the number 2 receiving option right now. Just think about that for a second. That is garbage. Yeah, he does. No, he did say he focused on his like endurance, strength, and speed a lot because he knew he needed it. So I think that's our number 1 bet for a single bet. I think that's also our number 1 bet for putting in a parlay. I think we could actually bump that up to like 18.5 or 20 and do the alt line. So I think I think that's like, I like to always find a bet that I'm going to put a lot of money on in general. And I'm going to build my parlay with that, right? Whether it's a touchdown score, I prefer yards. So I think we like that one. Do we all agree? What book is that, Andre? I'm going to check what this is here. So 15 plus for Stroud right now is plus 148. So I like that one. We have 10.5. I got 10.5 here. Yeah, that's on DraftKings. Yep. There you go, X. Yeah, don't ever trade Lamar. Okay, so we got that one. I'm going to see if I have any. Is there a bonus yet? Or a boost? Let's see what this is. $10, 25%, whatever. Okay. I'm going to check what it is on FanDuel. I got to get the rest of the books, though. But no, I definitely love that CJ Stroud rushing prop. I think that's the one. And I also love Nico Collins receiving yards. So I think we could start with those 2. And then we want to throw in a Buka. If we want to throw in Baker Mayfield passing yards, I don't mind that one. Let's see here. Player props. Not seeing it. God damn it. Dude, FanDuel fucking sucks. I hate FanDuel. Baker's rushing is it's like 18.5, I think. 16.5. Brian says Walker week 3 versus New Orleans. Yeah, that's a smash spot, man. Walker looks good. That's a smash spot. So we have our base here with our CJ Stroud number. What is our receiving over under here we like? I think I might like Mike Evans, dude. DB, what up, man? I'm not proud of this. This is a Michelob Ultra I got for my wife because I drank all mine. So I bought them for her so I can drink hers. No, it's gross. I have a lemon in it, though. You got to put lemons in light beers. It's gross. It's gross. I'm trying to lose weight, you know. How you doing, DB? We're trying to make a parlay for tomorrow. Under 89.5 yards. Well, that's not his prop, though. So that's an alternate line. I don't like fucking with alternates like that. What the fuck? All right, here we go. Receiving. Okay, Nico's at 77.5. Evans at 62.5. Ibuka 54.5. There, Andre, there it is. A good point right there. Penix had 21 against Tampa, and we're talking about Stroud with 11.5. So I think our bet for sure is Stroud. Now, I think I like Ibuka at 54.5, unless we want to go with Ibuka's catches. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Good day. I've won. I was telling these guys I'm up $4,000 gambling since week 1 started. So I don't know if you were in the gambling shows, but I went 5-0 on my like big giant mega bets, I guess you'd call them. 7-1 so far this year. I've been parlaying those. In fantasy, I'm doing all right. I was 15-10 week 1, and I might go like 14-11 this week, which I'm fine. Every week I go over 500. It's fine, dude. I want the 2-0 teams. I just don't want the big losing week, right? If I just keep on going over 500 every week, I'll be in the playoffs. My goal is 70% of the playoffs. I want to bring 10% of those teams or 15% of those teams to the championship. Get some third places. Lad's line is so high. I haven't gone to that game yet. You know what I might like, actually, guys? Cade Otton. 28.5 yards. You think that's high? Because Cade Otton plays every snap. He had 0 catches last week. You're buying low on a guy there. Yeah, he's got nothing, an average next to his name, nothing. So we're getting some good names here. Cade Otton. I like that one. What's Lad's line, dude? Like 78, 80? I think Vegas knows something that we don't, because the other guys aren't going to produce. So it's right there, Rob. See, Rob. I am the professional fanatic, but I'm not the only one. 69. Yeah, it's like 74 on DraftKings. What's up, Dylan? I'm probably gonna forget that though, unfortunately. Dude, I like meet someone in person, like not even shitting, in a professional situation. I worked at a country club for 18 years, and I'd like meet someone, shake their hand, have a fucking 10-minute conversation with them, but like that's the first thing I hear. And I just forget. I'm just like, I ask my wife or whatever if we're out to dinner, I'd be like, and she knows everyone's name, bro. And I'll forget it like right away. You're DB to me. Oh, Chase. There's Chase. The man that almost won the giant bet today. Almost. But Dylan, I'll try to remember that. Whoa. Bucky's 1.5? No way, bro. Hold on a second. I'm on the wrong game right now. There's no way. Is that an alternate line? DB, you have. So I'm glad I got your name now, and I do appreciate it. Dude, there's been like 12 or 15 of you guys. That's what I'm saying. Again, we are right now, Chase. Chase, did you see my my 5-0 big bets today? All of them hit 5-0. I parlayed all those together too, on top of putting 200 on each. Is Bucky really at 1.5, dude? 1.5 receptions? No, that's a fucking alternate line, bro. He's at 3, like 3.5. 7-1 start, Chase. So, hey, dude, your parlay got me. Not that it got me scared, but I would have to pay taxes on that shit. I was gonna tax you, unfortunately. I would have paid you like 1,000 or whatever the hell. But dude, that was a good bet, man. Dude, I'm seeing 3.5. So, what are the odds on that, DB? Dylan. Look at that. See, I remembered. I'm gonna forget it like in 10 minutes. So again, we got some of the regulars in here. Would you take Stroud at 11? Oh, dude, we were just talking about that. Stroud is the play. Over 11.5 for Stroud rushing yards. Gentlemen, the regulars, save that email. Send me an email. I'm going to get you guys, whoever wants to come on the show, you got to have a decent technology here in terms of a new laptop. Come on the show as a guest. Easy as fuck. I send you an email link and you're on. Big Brah, what's up, man? What do you got? The Pats won. The Cowboys look like shit winning. I don't care if my parlays hit if the Cowboys continue to play like shit. Do you hate the Cowboys, Big Brah? Their offense looked good. I think so, Andre. I think so. We could combine the two teams, but oh, Baldwin. Now I want to shout out this man right here. This is Alec Baldwin. You remember him? He murdered someone on the set of Rust, the movie. Alec Baldwin. He was an actor in the 90s. He showed his dick a lot on film. Alec Baldwin. What's up, man? So yeah, we have right now. Ibuka receptions and Collins yards. I love Stroud 11.5. I love over for Stroud 11.5. Like that's the bet we're going to anchor a parlay with. I think we throw a decent amount of coin on that one as a solo bet. Henry got 2 points in fantasy, dude, against the Browns after he was called out by a safety. Like that is the most mindfuck of mindfuck. I'm trying to think of like an example of that. That's like, I can't even think of it, but I had something cool cooking up here. I got, whoa, Bucky 5 yards in every quarter is one-time multiplier and underdog. Robert says, I think everyone's O-line is terrible besides the Eagles. Henry would be fine. I'm not worried about Henry. Trash says, what do I think about the Packers? I think they're probably a top fucking 3 team in the NFL. DB's got a Ibuka to score. What is that, like plus 150? I mean, he had 2 last year. I like his yardage number better, man. He's only 54.5. I feel like that's low, and I want to know what his receptions is. It's hard for me to do all this at once, so. Chase, I am one of those, but we're going to get over it. We're going to survive. We are going to survive. I wish I had a clip for that, a quote. I will survive. I
used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Whoops. I don't know how that came on. That was weird. God damn. One of my favorite quotes I tell my friends. They fuck me. I'm just like, you know what? Never went to prison, but. So Stroud rushing. We love Stroud rushing. 11.5. What is Mbuka's? You got to look this up for me for a second. What is Mbuka's line for catches? I know it's 54.5. I like the 54.5 receivings, bro. I like that. Samsonite was way off. Samsonite, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I like the 54.5. It's probably, 4.5 receptions, or it might be 3.5, but it'd probably be juiced up. So I think you have to do 4.5. I like 54.5 more. And I think I like the over in this game, too. So I think if we're going to do that, we want to go Collins, Stroud rushing, Ibuka, and we go over in the game. Chase, there's no way this helps Chase Brown. Maybe it might get him more dump downs, but unfortunately, Browning's like an aggressive quarterback, dude. So Chase Brown's been disappointing. This is bad for him. This is fucking bad. Buka to score is times 1-3. See, he's talking underdog. You think that's like dude, that's not that high. 1.34 DB. I don't think it's that high. Dylan, sorry. So I like the yards much more than the touchdown thing. I don't like betting touchdowns. The only thing I like betting in touchdowns is like first touchdown scorers that are fucking way out there in the stratosphere, like 30-1, 20-1. I know you don't think they're going to hit much, but like anything can happen. I don't like betting like touchdown scorers at like even odds. I'd much rather bet the yardage totals on guys I know are going to get volume, right? Maybe, but like, dude, Browning's not a slouch, bro. He's a fucking chucker, man. Again, whoever's in here that hasn't subscribed, please subscribe. I want to get to this goal here. How many likes do we even have? 19 likes. We have 19 likes, dude. 31 more likes. And, well, shit, we still need like 40 more subs. If it gets close, I'm going to give away the free bet. I don't care, dude. I'm trying to give back here. If we get close, I will give away the free bet. Like 30 subs and 50 likes or 45 likes. I'll even drop it, but I prefer not to. So we got those bets. You want to look at the other game real quick? And maybe we can combine the two. I don't like going more than 4 legs, unfortunately. 5 max, unless we're doing like a long shot first touchdown score. And I think that's what we should do right now. I think we should look at the long shot touchdown, first touchdown guys, because I love sprinkling that shit. No, I like just Stroud rushing, Sean. 11.5. It's money, dude. 11.5. Oh, thanks, Robert. I know you did. I wasn't talking to you, Robert. It just new people that join and shit. You put a bet on that and see what the odds are, Andre, and then we'll go with that one, and we can maybe add one. What's Myers' receiving number at? Like 22.5 is my guess. That's what I like to do also. This is what I like to do. This is why I'm successful on prop bets. I go through not every player in every game, and I kind of like I look at the matchup, I look at who I'm targeting the week, and I write down my projection, right? And what I think it should be and what I think they'll have, and I find the discrepancies. I'm yelling at you, Chase? I find the discrepancies, and that's how I make my bets, right? It's not as much analytical because you can find stats for each side of any bet, any player, anything, right? It's not about that. It's about finding spots. I'm a spot better. I find spots. Jamar Chase this week for me was a spot. 83.5 after what do you have? 14 yards receiving week 1? That was a spot. I think next week, A.J. Brown is going to be a spot because his number is going to be lower than it should be. It'll be at like 57 yards. You hammer A.J. Brown. He catches a deep bomb. You win it, right? That's what we're looking at. Yeah, I think he is too. Dude, I'm fucking drunk, bro. No, I did the stream last night, if you remember, pretty late. My wife was at a concert all night. She didn't come home. I think she might have hooked up. I don't know. I hope not. I hope she did, but whatever. And then I had to wake up. I did the 9:30 a.m. stream, which no one watched, by the way. I had like 300 total viewers for an hour. Woke up at 8 a.m. and then watched football all day. So what's up, man? I joined later. What's the opinion on Chase Brown? A little it's not good for Chase Brown. There's in no world is good for Chase Brown. It could be a lateral move, but it's probably not good. And he's already been struggling. He had 0 catches today, man. I know you're joking, Chase. I'm sensitive, bro. I'm fucking sensitive soul, man. So sensitive. Look at those fucking titties, bro. I'm going to get fucking banned for nudity. No, if I show my dick, I'm going to get banned, but. Right. Like I'm a spot better, right? Instead of looking at all like, oh, this team has this matchup, dude. Guys move around so much, like things change, like spots. That's how I've had success. Well, Chase definitely did. This Chargers game is tough. I think you think it's an easy spot for the Chargers, right? But let's take a look at this Chargers game and look at some props here. And we'll get a couple bets for this one. And I also want to go through all the games, the 2 games tomorrow, and find a couple deep first touchdown scores to throw in a little sprinkle parlay bet. Because I love doing that, man. I love it. It really gets me all hot.
Let me get up and give you guys the full tour.
Oh, honey, careful. Your boner.
What do you want me to do? Cut it off?
We got Alec contributing to the chat. What up, buddy? Yes, dude. I will take the L on Odunze. I have maybe one share of Odunze in redraft. He looks good. He looks like the number one there. I didn't want to believe it because I'm kind of a DJ Moore fan, sadly to say. It's not really a popular opinion right now. Odunze, he's crushing, man. He looks great, and they're using him all over the formation. So, yes, Odunze value is like George Pickens or Rome Odunze right now. I'm probably still taking Pickens, but I could be wrong. What? That was cringe, Robert? Come on, man. That's from Road Trip. Classic. How old are you, Robert? Question for you. Road Trip 2000. Classic-ass movie. I want to hear how old you are because 36. You've never seen Road Trip? Tell me you've seen it. It's a Todd Phillips, dude. That's Todd Phillips' first movie. That's the Hangover guy, right? That's the guy that actually directed The Joker as well. What? Go watch Road Trip, man. It's Sean William Scott, right? Stifler. That's like his best role. So please do me a favor and watch Road Trip. You're gonna thank me later because it's fucking epic, dude. Epic shit. Okay, I started checking my text messages. We're going to this Chargers game here. It's like an unknown, not unknown, but like I don't know. Okay. You've seen Old School, right, Robert? Old School, Will Ferrell. That was Todd Phillips' second movie. This is as good as Old School. Andre did a 4-leg, 100 wins, 300. It's Stroud over 10.5 rushing. Nico 60 yards. Okay. And Buka 40+ yards. Bucky 2. Ooh, okay. So it's a lower 100 to win. It's 3-1 odds. But I mean, my least, because all the other ones are alt lines. I think Stroud's probably your least likely to hit because you didn't outline that one. But yeah, dude, that's I'd say 50-50 bet, and you're getting 3-1 odds. So Robert, I'm telling you, Old School is awesome. One of my all-time favorite comedies. Road Trip is 90% as good as Old School. You guys seen Road Trip in this chat? Please tell me if you have and what you think of Road Trip. Epic. Quotable as shit. The movie's so good it doesn't need Will Ferrell, I guess I'd say. All right, we're going to look at this Chargers game here. And again, tomorrow night, we are doing our recap show. Story's going to be on, my boy Story. We're going to do a full recap of all the crazy shit. And it's epic, right, Chase? Alec? Epic? Goated. He says goated. I like that. I'm actually fucking. I'm going to touchdown scores here. I'm going to first touchdown score. We're going to find a deep guy here I like. Justin Herbert is 22-1 right now. 22-1 first touchdown. They're probably going to be the first team to score. They're favored. I like that one a lot. Will Disley 25-1. No. Gino at 30-1. Just sprinkles, right? We want to sprinkle these because they're going to hit eventually. We want to sprinkle these. Let's see the other game. Just these are food for thought, right? We got AE saying, would you trade Chase Brown for Tucker Kraft? No. Don't do that. Do not do that. I'm the biggest Tucker Kraft fan in the universe, dude. Like, if he offered to come over here and fuck my wife, I would fucking pay him to fuck my wife and watch him because that guy's a specimen. He's a sweetheart. I love him. Great at fantasy football. Great at football. Good blocker. Awesome tattoos. No. You don't trade a RB1. So, what is Kate Otton's first touchdown number? Now you're speaking my language, Jadway. Ooh, 20-1 Kate Otten. That's the bet. That's the one. I'm sprinkling that right now. Robert says he doesn't like Herbert because the media says he's better than my quarterback, which is definitely not true. Herbert's ascending, bro. This is the one, guys. This is the one. Pay attention to Alec. He's got curly hair. My name is Baldwin. I have a bald twin. He has a bald twin. But well, we're talking about Kate Otton's first touchdown, 20-1. I love that one. Stroud 22-1. I don't mind that one. Dalton Schultz 13-1. That's not enough juice for me. So it's Kate Otten, dude. I'm gonna check FanDuel right now. I'm gonna throw a 5 spot on that one for sure. And I'm gonna start a parlay. I'm gonna do a deep parlay with that too. That's how I won $1,600 for $10. Was Dalton Kincaid week 1 was 20-1. Schultz is only 12-1 though, so that's not quite enough for me. If I'm gonna do something like outlandish, right, with not like an elite player, I want 20-1 or better. JR says Joe Burrow is a bust. Well, that's seems like a pretty easy statement, and he seems like a bust. The guy can't stay healthy. I was telling my wife that he's had 3 major injuries to 3 spots of his body, right? He's had a hand injury, he's had an ACL, and now he's had a fucking toe injury. And this may keep him out all year. He might have 3 season-ending injuries to 3 body parts. And he's not even a scrambler. Meanwhile, Josh Allen has missed 1 game in his NFL career. And that dude fucking gives out punishment. I prefer Kate Otten way more than Michael Mayer, though, bro, if you think about it. Like, Kate Otten's a starting tight end, right? Let's see what this is. Kate Otten is... I don't want any time. Fuck any time. First touchdown. $18-1 on FanDuel. We got to bet it on DraftKings. I'm betting that right now, Baldwin. That's what's up, man. What? He's 18-1 on DraftKings. I don't have a fee on DraftKings, though. Illinois charges fucking money for bets now. It's fucking bullshit. I'm putting 10 on it, Baldwin. Fuck it. I'm throwing 10 on it. Let's go. I don't like a lot from the Raiders game, man. I don't have a good handle on that game. But if you drafted to Cincinnati, it's kind of like the Browns and the Bears. I get that. What is this saying? QB, bye, not B. I don't know what that means, bro. I don't know what that means. But you got to respect the man. Like, you still respect Burrow, right? Like, Burrow's a great player. It's just, again, he can't stay healthy. It's not his fault. His fucking team doesn't pay for an offensive line or a defense. Fucking morons. The loyal listeners in here, hopefully you got that email. I'll put it on here again. I want you to email me, and we're going to get you on the show. I'm excited to have this. I'm also sick of hosting the show by myself because it's fucking hard. And it allows me to kind of interact with the chat more. And my favorite is Stroud rushing yards. Like, that one's a smash, and we need to throw some big coin on that one, like as an individual bet, and then toss it into parlay. So I think Kate Otten first touchdown, CJ Stroud rushing yards is a nice start to like a deep parlay where you can lay $5 to win like 800. We need 2 more lines. I think we want to do that and over in that game. Who's David Carr all over? You talking about Joe Burrow? I mean, Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl, man. Didn't win it, but the Bengals are a piss poor organization. I know they're piss poor. Look at Alec, man. Look at this guy. How old are you now, Baldwin? Are you 19, 20? This guy's dropping fucking football knowledge in here. Fuck. God, I'm so turned on. Man, my nips are hard. I'm fucking ready to go, dude. I'm ready to go. I'm just taking it all in from this chat right now.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is going to be a fun summer for her.
Stroud is 8.5 for you, Blake. Is that right on FanDuel? Because I'm going to throw $100 on that one right now. If that's the fucking case, 8.5. We're talking some free goddamn money up in this bitch, dude. What is this? Let's see. Rushing yards. $8.5. It's minus 138, though. You failed to mention that. Now, is the 8.5 at minus 138 worth it over DraftKings? DraftKings is 10.5, right? Dude, I think I have to, bro. I'm up $4,000. Like, that's not that much. And that's an easy bet, dude. That's why I felt like the Jordan Love at 5.5 on Thursday Night Football. Only threw 100 on that, but I laddered it all the way up, and he was never gonna have 50 yards rushing. So like that's not really a good ladder. What is this? Let's see. Stroud is, dude, it's 10.5. So do we like 10.5 at minus 112 or 8.5 at minus 138? No, Solano. No. Who'd you start over him, bro? I think I got to do it. That's a lot of juice, though, man. It's a lot of fucking juice. It's $100 to win $72. But I think I have to do it. I really like this one, man. I'm doing it. Fuck it. You only live once. And I think it's going to go up. Now, I think I might like 9.5 better, but yeah, good call, Andre. See, this is why I love this. We're working it as a team, right? And collaboration. Next week we do bounce back. We always bounce back. That's why we have these talks, right? These fantasy talks, these gambling talks, and that's why we do it. And I'm very confident in that one, especially in this matchup. Again, OGs, you got my email. Shoot me an email. I'm going to get you on the show. New viewers of the show, subscribe, like. We're going to be doing 7 days a week. I've been doing 10 shows a week of this shit all the time. And we're winning money, bro. Fantasy takes for sure. Start, sit. Gambling, we're fucking off the chain right now. Off the chain. We almost hit our huge parlay last Monday night. I had Caleb Williams' first touchdown score 20-1, and we missed one leg. It might have been 2 legs. We had a 5-legger, but it was like $5 to win like $2,000 or like $1,800. We got the Caleb first touchdown and we didn't fucking win. Need the counting mean from Scarface. Ooh, that's a good one. I also love the Rounders clip of pay that man, pay him his money. Like it's the hell's his name? John Malkovich playing the fucking Russian in Rounders. But yeah, Scarface, man. I have to I'm not scared off Nico Collins, man. Chase was there for that bet. I mean, the fact that we didn't hit the like easy, like even odds ones and we hit a 20-1. I'm not scared off of Nico Collins, bro. Here's the thing, Sean. The accent's so bad that it's good, though, right? Because he pulls it off. It's so fucking bad. But, like, when I'm watching the movie, I'm not pissed about it. Like, I've seen a lot of bad Boston accents where I watch the movie and it kind of ruins it. Hold on. I got to get my charger here to charge my situation. All right. We're good. I'm wearing a Baby Yoda shirt, too. Doesn't even fit me, but. Sell high on Chuba? Probably, bro. I think you sell high on Chuba because think about it. His 2 touchdowns are receiving touchdowns on like 3rd and 9 in garbage time. And the numbers say Chuba's killing it this year. The analytics say he's not. It's not looked good. Rico Dowdle is 80% as good as Chuba Hubbard, man. So I am definitely not. I would never buy Chuba if that makes sense. So that would tell me to sell Chuba. I have 0 Chuba shares, and that's blasphemy because last year Chuba made me so much money, bro. I drafted Chuba in 15 leagues last year. Sucks he didn't make the fantasy playoffs, but he got me to every playoffs, dude. 12th round. Sorry for Jonathan Brooks. That sucked for him, but we should probably get off soon, but I'm actually having a good time with you all. I mean, I always have a good time with you all. But I have to piss too in a second, so you guys might have to entertain yourself for a minute. What did you bet on Crawford, man? I bet that fucking fight, and I don't know. That fight sucked. Did you guys watch the fight? I thought it was terrible. I'm used to like Mike Tyson, like actual boxing where guy like heavyweights where they beat the fuck out of each other. These dudes are just dancing around and like giving body blows. Yeah, Chuba's a solid player, Robert. I mean, he's nothing special, but like he gets the job done. The problem is that the offense on Carolina is just piss poor. Offensive line's bad. They're not going to score a lot of points. Like I want my starting running backs to actually, you know, do something in terms of get some rushing touchdowns and have some upside and some juice. And his numbers are just like bullshit right now. So that's a sell. I'm not saying he's bad, but Oh, bro, we didn't even talk about scat. Like, this is, again, tomorrow night's the big show where we're gonna interact with the chat a little bit, but it's gonna be me and Story really breaking down. We're waiting till Monday night because there's 2 games on tomorrow night, so that's like a decent chunk of the schedule opposed to just one game to do our recap. Scatabo, we were just talking about him a couple days ago, as in like it was like a week 6, week 7 boom for him because we knew he was going to take the job eventually, right? He took the job today. At least I got to rewatch the film, but I'm fucking super happy. I have so much Scatabo, dude. So much Scatabo. He's good. So yeah, I love that one. I think Mike Evans is the play and it's over tomorrow. You like Evans over 62 opposed to Ibuka 54. I have Kamara and Chuba trying to sell both right now. 100%, dude. I mean, Kamara especially, just based on his age and the fact that team has no chance of winning. Neither of these teams have a chance of winning, but like Kamara, you got to get rid of those guys. Like maybe 1 or 2, let it ride. If you want to be aggressive, let it ride a little bit. And you can even like get more value, or maybe not more value, but you can get a couple more weeks of like their production's good. It's just probably not going to be there at the end of the year. Blaze, what up, Blaze? I traded my Gibbs and Ridley for Bowers, Sutton, and Chuba. Whoa. Okay, well, you traded Gibbs. So we have, who's your other tight end? You have Dalton. You have Kincaid. You have Kraft. What are we looking at for your tight end? You had to have someone good to do that trade, Blaze. Just because you don't want to. Oh, no, you got Bowers. Shit, pardon me. Dude. I think you won that trade because you traded low on Sutton. This is after week 2, I'm guessing, like after today. Yeah, you won that trade. Yeah. Yeah, you got Bowers. I mean, hopefully he's fine tomorrow. I think or today. Technically, it's tonight. I think he's fine. No, I get it. Mike Evans is Mike Evans is a buy low. I do like Mbuka. I think they're close. The fact that Mbuka's line's lower, maybe that's disrespectful to Mike Evans, right? Okay, we got some bets going. I can probably have one more beer if you guys want to hang out. This has been an hour and 43 minutes, but again, if you're in the chat, subscribe. I'm going to be rolling 2 hours tonight, baby. Jodway, Alec Baldwin, that is, says under hits in LA and Las Vegas, completely sells out against the run. I hope not, because I'm against Cameron Dicker, the kicker, in a few leagues. So I don't want that. Andre says, name some guys you'd sell Chuba and Kamara for. My receivers are stacked as fuck. I have St. Brown, London, Wilson, and Buka and Myers. So you have Chuba and you're trying to sell Chuba. So you're trying to pair Chuba and a running back for like an elite receiver, right? Because you don't want another receiver if you're just selling Chuba. You need to like get another running back that's an upgrade, right? Because you don't need another receiver. This is what I'm seeing. Well, we didn't even talk about Mark Andrews, Robert. That's a good call. Mark Andrews has 2 catches for, I believe, like 13 yards, and the Ravens has scored 70 points. Now, this is crazy. Oh, God bless you, Blake. Appreciate you, my man. Yeah, hit me up. We'll figure out a time to get you on here. Baldwin, that goes for you too, motherfucker. If you have a good enough computer, steal the one from Alger, bro. I don't give a fuck. You're a little awkward though, Baldwin. And I'd just be like singing. I'd be singing the whole time with you on here. My name is Baldwin. I have a Baldwin. I sing to this dude. I worked for them for a couple years. All I did was sing. It's 6 a.m. I'm just singing. I'm not even a good singer. I'm a drummer, bro. Yo, Casey. Casey in the chat. What's going on, bro? Casey, I got something for you, man. You've been a loyal listener these last couple weeks, at least the last week. 5-0, Casey. 5-0 on the big bets, baby. I'm 7-1 on the year. You were there for that show. There's my email, bro. Casey, hit me up. If you have a good computer, you're comfortable talking, you want to come on the show, I'm giving back to the community. So if you want on, it's my email, CubsFan311. I love 311. If you feel comfortable talking. But yeah, Baldwin says, "Can you believe this?" Baldwin. So I was Baldwin's. I call him Baldwin. Alec. I was Alec's boss when he was 16, for some 16 to 18. I was his boss, bro. You imagine me being your boss? Like I give you a promotion if you come in high. But I appreciate that, Baldwin. I think I was a pretty cool boss. Maybe not the best coworker at times, but I got the work done when I need to get done. I worked there 18 years, bro. I can do what I want. Dude, I appreciate you, Steve. That'd be awesome, man. Like I said, I like doing these by myself, but like it's nice to have someone. I have other guys, my buddies. Story's my like right-hand fantasy guy. It's part of the channel, but they can't keep up with this everyday shit that I can. Again, making no money for this shit, by the way, for 4 years. No money, only losing money and time. And my wife hates me for all this, but she'll fucking deal with it. She's like, "You want to be a YouTuber?" I'm like, "No, I just want to talk fucking fantasy football and make money, yo." Oh, no, I didn't say that. Sorry. She might watch this. Casey, Casey, you've been watching the show, right? Solano, no. My boy Story does, though. He does 5 college fantasy football leagues. I don't. Casey, you seem pretty knowledgeable. You know, the thing is, I can handle the show. Like, I do these by myself, right? So, like, I just want some company, and that helps, right? As long as you can, like, talk and not, be awful, I guess. Maybe I'm putting too much pressure on you, but I can handle it by myself. I can make it easy. I make it easy, bro. Like, that's how I get girls. I make it easy for them. It's easy to take your clothes off. Just take them off. I'm an idiot, bro. Hey, Robert, and good having you on, bro. Glad you checked it out. Hopefully you come back. Appreciate you. I'm tired too, man. I've been up since 8 in the morning, and I didn't sleep last night, like over 3 hours. But you know what? I'm going to power on. I'm going to get another beer. Gandhi level insights. Well, you're saying that I give Gandhi level insights in terms of what I'm doing here? Like deep. I have some deep thoughts. Now Baldwin knows I've had some deep ass thoughts. I'll be talking about dicks and trannies 1 second, and then I'll give you like a deep insight the next second. So, well, a Dunze baby, that's what's up. A Dunze looked great, like great. So, pretty happy about Dunze right now, and I don't have any shares, so unfortunately, that's a problem for me. But I have some best ball shares, and I'm also just happy for the guy, man. Like, he absolutely deserves to be the number 1 on that team.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for Jack Doyle.
Oh, thanks, Steve. I haven't gotten too deep on these streams yet. I don't want to like weird people out, but super weird. Oh, I'm weird, Baldwin. Just kidding. Burrow is my starter in my big money league. Thinking about just picking up Danny Dimes. Well, no, hold on. On this channel, we're calling him Danny Dollar now. And for me personally, since I have a decent amount of Jonathan Taylor, I'm calling him the American Sniper, Chris Kyle, because he's sniping all of Jonathan Taylor's touchdowns. Fuck. Hey, you won your $500 league? I have a close matchup in my $500 league, but I'm hoping I can win. I'm up by a few points, and I have he has Dicker, and I have Mbuka. I'm up by like 3 points in PPR. Like, if I lose that, I'm gonna fucking pull whatever little hair I have left. Look, it's getting fucking thin, bro. It's because stupid shit like kickers beating goddamn wide receivers in PPR. I'm comfortable, though. I should win. I'll be 2-0, top points, $500 league. I mean, I'm in a lot of 250s, but 500 takes the cake, my man. He calls it a bunion. You calling Joe Burrow's injury a bunion? Dude, bunion always fucking makes me laugh, bro. I don't think Cameron Dicker is scary, though. Cameron Dicker is so good. I always thought Hunter Henry looks like a tight end. Like, if they had to, like, you know how Jerry West is the NBA logo, and he like just the silhouette. Like, the logo for kickers should be Cameron Dicker, and the logo for tight ends should be Hunter Henry. Like, this is his face and the way he looks. So yeah, Cameron Dicker's scary because he doesn't miss a kick, and Harbaugh is so conservative. Like, that's the worry. Shit. All right, boys. Whoever's in here, should I get one more beer? There's 16 people in here. It's not that many, but I am a man of the people. Should I get one more beer and we can maybe talk some more bets and talk week 2 recap a little bit more, or what should I do? Or I'm gonna be on tomorrow night for like 2 hours. It's up to you guys. There's some loyals in here, and that's what I do. I'm gonna if you want to hang out, Casey will have them with me. Yeah, I've got a couple more votes. If I get a couple more votes, I will put a little pause, not a pause. I'll play the intro again, and I'll get a beer and take a piss, and I'll be back. A couple more votes for me to have a beer and hang out for another half hour. I will do it. Blake says, just found this. Mike Evans in 2 games all time at Houston tomorrow. 7 for 101, 4 for 87. Yeah, way different teams, but that is good. I mean, that's something, right? Oh, you can't drop JCM, or as they call him, Bill Baldwin, because we have an injury for the whole year for Austin Eckler, the fantasy football hero forever. JCM is like if it was a redraft right now, he'd be a 5th-round pick. Andre says, do I think Fairbairn gets 2 field goals? Probably, dude. JCM's kind of a smash, dude. Damn it. Damn it. What's up, man? How you doing? I haven't seen you in here, but appreciate you checking out the channel. We've been going for almost 2 hours right now. This is a good community. These guys, man, I'm lucky that I've gotten some pretty cool fans. Not Alec. That guy's a fucking prick. Besides Alec, some really good people in here. He's got curly hair. I don't like curly-haired fucking people. Curly-haired people and redheads are scary, dude. Although redheads are the best in the sack. Females. That's what I've heard. I'm actually a virgin. I've never had sex, but I've read a lot about it in Penthouse Letters. So, you know what I mean? I think so. All right. I got 18 people in here. I'm going to take a piss real quick. I'm going to grab a beer. Yeah, that's the quote of the year, bro. I gotta get a South Park clip for this because I love Cartman's fucking 180 he pulls with fucking gingers, dude. They don't have souls. Gingers do not. No, redheads may have souls. Gingers, the freckled, pale redheads, do not have souls. If there's any gingers in the chat, I want to apologize. Oh, Steve, you never been with a redhead. Wow, you're missing out. How about a black chick? Any? No. I don't want to go through my fucking list. You can ask Baldwin. Baldwin, just enlighten them in the chat. Baldwin, are you still in here? Enlighten them in the chat so I don't have to say it out loud. The countries, the colors, the textures, the sizes. There's been a lot of those. Andre says, yes, stay, you bastard. I appreciate the love here, and you guys are all super cool. So let's see. This guy says, is it Basshead? Basshead says, I have 4 teams this year, and all have 2 to 3 players that are doing victory laps. You got to love that. I need your thoughts on Fairbairn and Dicker, both 2 field goals made. My biased opinion is I don't want Dicker will have 2 field goals, but I'm against him in fantasy. I need him to do bad in like multiple leagues. Dicker was my guy last year, and now I have him nowhere because he was taken early. I don't draft kickers. Fairbairn I like a lot. That dude's I've dated a black lady for a bit. I dated a black guy for a bit, so look at Baldwin. YouTube doesn't let me type that much in the chat, and you'll probably get fucking blacklisted, bro, because they're gonna think you're talking about yourself. Ooh, we got a Latina vote. Yeah, a little flavorful at times, if you know what I mean. But Indians now. Ooh, talk about flavor. All right, I'm taking a quick break. I'm gonna take a piss and grab a beer. I will be back in like no time. I think like a minute. Is that fair? A minute? What can I play? Man, does it let me play my intro? It doesn't let me play my fucking intro. God damn it. I can play the video intro. Oh, here it is. What is this one? Look at that time. That was just one piss, though. That was just a piss. I gotta get the beer still, but that was fucking epic, bro. Myself is part of the list. Anyone's favorite teams? I don't want to talk about that. I'm a Chicago fan, so. Oh, you're in a toxic relationship with the Cowboys. How do you feel about Jerry Jones trading Micah Parsons and comparing it to the Herschel Walker trade? That's fucking great. I could do an hour on that, man. What's wrong with Jerry Jones? The guy's rebuilding and he's like ancient. He's 83 years old, dude. Kentucky, Red Sox, Reds, Packers, and Liverpool. That's a fucking wacky ass combo. How did you come up with that, Blake? Like, what did that? Is that just like you pulled it out of a hat? I mean, there's no rhyme or reason, dude. The money, the salary cap can be like manipulated. So like paying Michael Parsons wasn't a big deal. You paid fucking terrible players instead of him. Well, you said can't imagine taking an Indian down, Rob. Imagine going down on an Indian, because I mean, you guys want to hear a story? Can I give you guys a story? Because this one, where's it at? God damn it. Hold on. Here it is. I'm going to wait. That's what I'm saying. Okay. We ready? You guys ready for this one? Here it goes. You're going to love this one. I'm going to talk a little quiet because my wife is sleeping in the next room. And she could always actually go back and watch these, but I don't give a fuck because you know what? I'm a man of the people. Well, this is worse. So I was 25. She was 20 at the time, this chick. Pretty hot. Half Indian. Her dad's like a 7-Eleven dude, right? And her mom's like a blonde. So like she looks white, but she wasn't white. In terms of like the hygiene, I guess. This is great. Fuck you, Baldwin. So whatever. It's like a 2-month thing off and on. Like we weren't dating, but we were just sleeping together. She'd come over to my house and just, you know, and it was her birthday, her 21st birthday. So she had her friend over. My buddy was living with me, Bob. So he is trying to hook up with her friend. And we've been hooking up for 2 months, me and this Indian chick. She's half Indian. And her friend's like, so you go down on her? Because she's like saying to her friend how much she blows me. And I'm like, and she's like, no, he's never gone down on me. And I'm like, God damn it. She's like, it's her birthday. You have to go down on her. Oh my God. And so of course that night, and it's fucking summer, bro. It's hot. It's sweaty. We're outside. Go inside. I have to go down on her. Bro, this was fucking, and like, again, I didn't realize it was that bad until like, this is even before that. My buddy was like, dude, she smells terrible. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, I can smell it outside in the hallway. And he like lived upstairs. And it was that I didn't notice it because when you're in the room, the musk kind of like blends in. You don't notice it, like the sex smell. But dude, I thought I was gonna fucking puke, bro. Like puke. I did it for a little bit. I faked it. I don't know if you guys seen Hall Pass, the fake chow. I hadn't seen Hall Pass at the time, so had I seen Hall Pass, I would have pulled fake chow. But I didn't know about it, so I actually went down there with my fucking mouth. And yeah, it was gross, and that's it. But not good, man. And there's been others that have been nasty, and I don't like it. So luckily, my wife is super tasty, bro. She doesn't even like it though, is a thing. So I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna do it if you don't want me to. Anyways, want to talk fantasy football? You're not getting that anywhere else. I promise you that.
Hey, gang, what's the action?
What's going on here?
Asians love gambling.
You know these guys?
Yeah, from now.
I wasn't sure if it was Pocahontas or a poo. It was definitely a poo. And I emphasize the poo. Andre, I ate it. I did. And this by Felicia says, don't inhale with your mouth. Dude, I wish I had a cold, or like right now I have allergies. So it wasn't in the fall. It was in summer. I have fall allergies. So that's the time to venture. But there it is, baby. See, this is what you're going to get. This is what Alec got at 6 a.m. like every day for like 3 years working with me. Everyone's tired. I'm just telling stories about the craziest shit because I can go on. Like that's I can go on and on about this shit, but we'll talk some fantasy football and gambling or whatever. Dude, I'll keep on going. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever. My parents watch this, but like, that's nothing they haven't heard. This is dinner table conversation for me and my mother. I'm like, you want to hear about the time that damn straight, man. Damn straight. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me because this is a 2-hour stream right now. I've gone almost 3 hours before. I wonder what the record I could do is. Maybe I should try to break the record for a long stream and, maybe with some substances or something that the beer doesn't help for like longevity, but like something else. And I can rock like fucking a 40 straight hour thing and just keep talking about fantasy football. Here we go. Now we're good. Outlook on Pickens, man. I'm a buy low on Pickens because he scored 18 PPR points this week. Pretty good. Whatever. It's going to come because the Cowboys offense is looking like it's a boom. Do you remember when Brandon Cooks had 8 touchdowns that year? He's fine. You had Jonathan Taylor on the bench. Who are you starting over Jonathan Taylor? Again, Casey, yes, good outlook for Pickens. Good outlook. I think it's where you drafted him. I don't think it's higher than that. I used a 5th-round pick for me, and I took him a lot of places. PPR, I'm a little discouraged because he's not going to get the volume, but he's going to have 7 or 8 touchdowns this year. Blake says, I know you said you don't have a good read on the Chargers Raiders, but we thinking Geno can move the ball around that defense? Yes, he definitely can. Ooh, I'm not a Dante Thornton guy, man. I got to see it first because those super athletic, super freaks, right, as we call him, Rick James types, if you will. I got to see it, man. I've seen too many Jalen Hyatts and like guys that just bust. And he looked okay week 1, but Jacoby Myers is there. They're playing Trey Tucker ahead of him. Like, I don't want to fuck with a guy that might only play 60% of the snaps. But I also don't want to bet on Trey Tucker, if that makes sense. And Jacoby Myers' lines are pretty high. So I think Genty's receiving line, thinking about it, I think Genty's receiving line I would like. I don't know what that is, but I think I like that one, dude. See, I like talking these things out, things I wouldn't have thought about. Genty's receiving line, it's probably like 14.5 is my guess. Could someone look that up for me? Genty's receiving line. Because that might be a good one. McMillan was really good, man. He's moved it up until like the top 18, man. Did you see that catch he made in the sideline? That one-hander that was like out of bounds, didn't count. Fucking epic, dude. Dude looks like an alpha. I didn't believe it, man. I think my thing was I saw how bad Marvin Harrison did last year in the same situation. Probably actually a better situation than what McMillan has. And I was like, Marvin Harrison's a better player than Tet. But I don't think it matters. Can someone look that up, though? Let's see. Keenan Allen or Jacoby Myers. They have Genty. I have Hampton down by 19 points. So you could start. Genty is 15.5. Thank you, Blake. It's pretty low, man. Well, Tesla, bro. Tesla, any play he makes is a Sports Center top 10. Preseason, two catches he's made in the NFL in the real season. It's unreal, man. Genty 15.5. What's his total yards? They have that up there. His rushing's probably, I'm guessing, at like 71. So his total yards would probably be set at like 80, 85 maybe. So damn it, I'm trying to think here. Keenan Allen and Jacoby Myers. And they have Genty and you have Hampton. So you're looking at best, you could wash the running backs. You need 19 points. It's Jacoby Myers. It's Jacoby Myers there if you want to win. Because I just don't think Keenan Allen has the upside Jacoby Myers has. Target volume, right? Solano says Kyron was mid today. Kyron was on the verge of losing his job today. And call me like an overreacting Susan. I don't think that's even a saying, but Kyron has been mid for his whole career, and he's a volume guy that has the trust of the coaching staff. This is a problem because Blake Corum is a way better player. I know Alec knows this because he's a Michigan fan. Blake Corum is a way better player. He's way more juice. I want to say better player. He's got way more juice, right? Way more juice than Kyron Williams. So Blake Corum is coming for this job. And he's going to start eating into his snap share. It's just my take, but what are you guys' thoughts on Blake Corum versus Kyron Williams? Angel says terrible take. So you think Kyron's a good player, Angel? Kyron can't even break a runoff over 20 yards, man. Not really that good laterally. No top end speed. Small. What else do I have to say? He just gets 22 touches a game and a really good system. Blake Corum would destroy that fantasy-wise if he got that role. Genty should get the usage, says Sean. I agree. So in the chat, real quick, I'm going to grab this beer. It's going to take me 10 seconds. I'll play a clip. Give me your take on, it's not Devontae's. It's always Puka's offense, right? Give me your take on Kyron versus Blake Corum. Who's the better player? I need to hear this because I've been a Blake Corum fan. I didn't like him that much coming out of college, but this is an edge we can have in fantasy.
Guys, I'm looking for an edge right now. Got a system that's already yielded 6 positive expectation wagers, and that's a real thing.
Ugh, these high school football players have boy bodies. I destroy them. I have a man body. I'm borderline dad body. I have shoulder hairs. Actually, I found a gray one the other day.
And we're back. I almost beat it. So I hear comments. Kyron versus Blake Corum. What do we have? Drake May showing top 10 fantasy potential today from Omar. I agree, bro. I agree. He ran a little bit more today, which is nice. Thornton, 27.5. Last week, 2 catches, 45 yards. Longest was 36. That's pretty low. I thought it'd be higher than that. Andre says Dicker and Fairbairn 1.5 over that. Both 100 to make. Andre's a gambler, bro. Andre, did you tail my bets this week or no? Because you're throwing $100 on two player parlays. I'm just going back to Steve. I'm going back to their player profiles, right? Coming out of college, like bigger, faster, stronger, more agile. That's Blake Corum, opposed to Kyron, who is an overachiever, bro. 5th round pick out of Notre Dame. 5th round pick. I get he's proven it, right? But like he's not the player. His numbers aren't the same as his ability. Kyron is a TD machine, but Corum seems to have more to offer. 100%. And he can offer more, right? Now, he might not be as good around the goal line because Kyron is an elite goal line back. I'm not trying to take anything away from Kyron. Alec has the insight right here. He says, Corum has always had the potential to break one. He pounds it, especially runs from the tackles. Footwork is great if he catches the outside. Not big enough to be elite, but he's going to give more consistency than Kyron. But you say he's not big enough to be elite, but Kyron's been kind of elite, and he's way smaller. Well, Andre, I'm a degenerate too, man. I just looked at my gambling sites, right? So on DraftKings, I've had 300K, I think it was, bet 300K wagered in 2 years, and FanDuel's like 80K. So I've almost bet $400,000 in like 3 years. I think I'm up like $800 now after this awesome run I've had these last 2 weeks. Think of all that juice I've lost. I've lost $40,000 in juice. Well, 20,000, I guess, because you don't always lose the juice, but. Omar, what are we thinking about the New England backfield? So many mock drafts, and people took Henderson in the 4th and 5th, and I slept on Stevenson. Yeah, dude, that should have been. In reality, what ended up happening was we had Henderson was let's call him early 4th round pick, and Stevenson was like an 11th or 12th round pick. It should have been more like Henderson in the late 5th, early 6th, and Stevenson in the 8th. Stevenson should have gone in that Dobbins range, but I still think. I feel much more confident about Henderson going forward in the next couple of weeks than I do about RJ Harvey, right? So I would try to sell Stevenson if you could. I would probably keep Dobbins. I might even try to trade for Dobbins at this point. Hey, go Birds. Go Birds. You guys can see this. See it? Patties. Big Sunny fan right here. So go Birds. That's wild. I mean, it's entertainment for me. I'm not trying to make money. I mean, I have been making money this year, but I make money on fantasy. I double my money almost every year in fantasy. So that's my thing. Gambling is just another way to get that fixed, brother. That's a good call. Stevenson cleaned up fumbles. He's got juice still. Stevenson's fine, bro. I loved Stevenson last year, and I just didn't think they'd be that bad. I know it's a hurdle but the thing is, Dobbins is also a hurdle. Like, okay, who do we think's better? Dobbins? Who do they trust more? Who are they going to stick with? Dobbins in Denver or Stevenson with the Patriots? I think that Stevenson's easier to clear than Dobbins. Omar, do not get rid of Brian Thomas because you're not going to get value for him, man. You got to hold him because you draft him in the second round, dude, like early second round. You cannot get rid of him because you're going to get like fourth round value for a dude that's still an elite player. And the offense, let's be honest, the Jags offense looks good. Now, he doesn't look good. Trevor Lawrence doesn't look good throwing to Brian Thomas, but they look fine. So I'm not worried about Henderson as much. Again, I have 2 shares of Henderson and 0 shares of Harvey, but I'm just putting myself in. Like, my wife has a Harvey share that I drafted for her, and she hated it when I did it, and I kind of hated it, but it was the 6th round. But that's her RB2, and luckily we have Javonte Williams in that league, so that makes it fine. But like we're panicked, bro. Like, but what are you gonna do? You can't trade RJ Harvey. You can't trade Stevenson because I'm the guy that's gonna trade for him. I would still trade for Harvey if I can get like at 40 cents to the dollar. I'll do it. I'm in 25 leagues, Omar, like redraft. Now, 18 of them are Fantrax public leagues that there's no trades. So it's pretty easy to manage, right? It's 18 roster spots. There's not a lot of stuff in the waivers. It's not best ball, but it's like between a home league and best ball. Because home leagues, you got to manage trades and look at other people's rosters and shit. This is easier than that. Scott White, what's going on with Mark Andrews and Evan Ingram? 2 weeks in a row, and these guys are ranked as top 10 tight ends. Evan Ingram's almost a drop right now. I'm still, okay, believe it or not, I have Mark Andrews in 2 leagues. I'm still not super panicked about Mark Andrews. It's been weird. He did drop a touchdown pass today, so he should have had a touchdown. I'm not worried about Mark Andrews. Evan Ingram, I'm a 10 out of 10 panic meter. He doesn't look good. They're not featuring him. Like, Mark Andrews, the concerning thing about Mark Andrews is we have Isaiah Likely. The reason you drafted Mark Andrews was Isaiah Likely's out the first 4 weeks, most likely. And it was supposed to be a boom for Mark Andrews. They've scored 70 fucking points in 2 weeks. And Mark Andrews, you know what his fantasy points are? Like 3.5. That's, dude, if you told me going into the year that after 2 weeks, the Ravens would score against the Bills and against the Browns 71 points, and you'd be like, what did Mark Andrews score in full PPR? I would probably tell you he scored 24 points, right? He probably had 2 touchdowns, 8 catches, whatever. He scored fucking 3 points. No, he doesn't look bad. They're just not using him. He looked bad last year, dude. Dude, Casey, he looked bad last year. Mark Andrews looked cooked last year. He had 11 touchdowns. So I don't think it's him. I think they're just not using. I don't know. Zay Flowers coming out party. Hopkins has 2 touchdowns, 2 deep touchdowns. Who's the fucking rookie? Tez Walker? I heard he has 3 career catches and 3 touchdowns. Or maybe he's a second-year player. Whatever it is. Like, it's all weird, man. But I'm not worried about Mark Andrews. Now, if I had Tucker Kraft, I'm starting Tucker Kraft over Mark Andrews, 100%. But I'm not, like, panicked on Mark Andrews because the second you bench him, the same thing happened last year. The second this shit happens, he's going to catch 2 touchdowns. Where, like, Evan Ingram's never catching 2 touchdowns. He might have 2 touchdowns the rest of the fucking year. So usage changes though, Steve. Like, I'm not we got a chat here. Burrow and Tua always getting hurt. They're like Anthony Davis and Kawhi Leonard. Well, Kawhi Leonard is apparently the biggest piece of shit in the world because I don't know if you know the whole reports on him coming out. It's not good. Tua's concussions and Burrow is pretty frail, but he just gets beat the fuck, man. Bills, Packers looking like the best 2 teams through 2 weeks. I still put the Ravens up there. I put the Eagles up there. It's nice. I'm not putting the Chiefs up there, baby. 0-2. Love this shit. Ooh. Tucker Kraft cracks top 3 by week 5. I mean, he already is there, bro. Hey, look, have you been watching the show? I know you're in my league, but I don't know how many leagues you're playing. But you know, I talked about Tucker Kraft since June in every episode. I have Tucker Kraft in 11 leagues, baby. Biggest fan of Tucker Kraft. Ooh, Andre, that's a good one. Thoughts on the Bulls giving Giddey $100 million? probably a good call. We have to spend our money somewhere, right? Like the Bulls suck. We have to pay him. I don't like it, but we have to pay him. Dude, we got 27 likes. We need 23 more likes and 35 more subs to hit the number. I'll give away that free $10 bet. We need it. I'll give away the $10 bet. Kraft over Kelsey, dude. Kraft over everyone. And here's the thing: is Warren after last week and how it looked, I was debating, like being like, would I rather have taken Warren? I still want Kraft over Warren, man. I still want Kraft over Warren, especially now with the Jaden Reed injury, dude. Bulls GM smoking meth again. Giddey isn't worth it at all. I mean, $100 million in the NBA isn't very much money, though. Fuck you, Alec. Yeah, I remember Laporta. Hey, that was a fade, okay? Don't compare my fades to my hits. And sadly, last year, my biggest boom was supposed to be I had Turd Ferguson everywhere. But he got hurt, and then Dak got hurt, so I'm not going to count that. Andre says, what made you love Kraft so much going into the year? The film, for one. His yak was all-time level with George Kittle and Gronk. The fact that he is an elite blocker, so he's going to be on the field 90+% of the snaps, which he has been. The rotating cast of receiver bums they have there. I didn't like Matthew Golden coming in. I figured he was going to be on the field every snap. I liked the Packers this year, and I just loved his touchdown upside, and I thought he was a big play merchant. So, and it was not so much him. It was that I hated Hockenson coming into the year. I hated Kelsey coming into the year. I didn't really like Andrews. I hated Ingram. So, like, after the top, and I didn't like Kittle's price because I have a lot of Trey McBride in the third round. Bowers are too expensive, so I liked Trey McBride, which isn't looking great. But it was McBride, it was Kraft, and then it was Kincaid and Pitts, where, like, if I really wait, I'm just going to wait, right? And then it was Warren. I have Warren in 5 leagues because sometimes I saw him go in the fourth, but I got Warren in, like, the 7th round, 8th round. In my home league, someone took Kraft. I think it was Ben Bartelt, listens to my show all the time, took Kraft ahead of Warren, so I got Warren. But that's what made me love Kraft this year, was just a combination of all those things. I love the player. Underrated player, dude. You're at Tucker Kraft 6'5", 260 pounds, and he has that yak ability. Tucker Kraft's a fucking god, bro. Scott says, how long is Jaden Reed out? When is Godwin coming back? Jaden Reed is out 6 to 8 weeks. And mind you, which is kind of good for his foot injury, he was playing with a Liz Frank injury, like a broken bone in his foot. He is going to be out until probably week 12. And Godwin should be back week 5. The earliest Godwin can come back is week 5. And he's been kind of like doing some stuff in practice. So I would say Godwin week 5. But if you have Godwin, you can't start him right away. You don't know what his snap share is going to be. So I think Chris Godwin is a week 6 guy, possibly. VPN, his story is crazy. Tucker Kraft story, if it is, enlighten me, dude. Tyler says, I have Burrow. My backup is Bryce Young. There's options in the wire, man. You probably want to drop Bryce Young, though. He had a good game today, but that was all garbage time. Alex says, what do you think about Godwin when he comes back? I'm not sold in. Here's the problem with Godwin. Godwin is 2 major injuries into his career now. He's lost a step already. He's 29, I believe. He had an ACL, and now he has a multi-ligament and broken ankle, right? He's rushing to get back on this championship potential team, and he is only effective in the slot. Chris Godwin cannot play outside, and Ibuka has 4 weeks to take that role from him. Now, I'm not saying Godwin won't play, but it's similar to Keenan Allen, right? Like, Keenan Allen's a slot player, and Ladd's a slot player. It's better for Ladd to be in the slot, so Ladd will be in the slot more. It's going to be better for Ibuka to be in the slot. So if you take Godwin away from the slot at his 80% clip that he usually plays, it's not going to be good because Godwin will be a wide receiver 3. So he'll be weekly wide receiver 33 in rankings, which isn't bad, but like I'm not very optimistic about him unless there's an injury to Ibuka or Evans. And you got to think, you still have Jalen McMillan coming back week 10. Roughly week 10. What did I think of McCarthy going into this year? I didn't believe it, and that's an Alec question too. He's a Michigan fan. I don't like quarterbacks that come from winning programs, and especially him. He didn't do anything in college. Look at Josh Allen. Look at Mahomes. Look at Lamar. Bad programs. Got their ass beat in college. They come out and just dominate because they have better talent on their team than they had in college. Your McCarthys of the world, most of your Ohio State quarterbacks, your Alabama quarterbacks, so much talent around them in college. They go to the NFL. They're high draft picks. They have nothing around them. They struggle. So that was my thing of McCarthy. And right now, he's got a great situation, right? Nick Mullins dominated for Minnesota in terms of numbers. Everyone dominates, and he has not done shit. It's been really rough. That one little fumble he almost had on the goal line on that fake pitch play, dude. He's just it's like little league shit he's doing, man. Just gonna take Warren's over until the numbers gets too high. You're talking about BPM. You're talking about Tyler Warren, right? Yeah, that's a good bet, bro. How much has Godwin affected Buka, Andre? The question is it's going to affect him if he takes that slot roll back, which what I was trying to say is I don't think he's going to, because Ibuka is being and there's one game sample size, right? But if you get Ibuka a couple more weeks of just dominating like he did week 1, there's no reason for them to move Ibuka away. And Ibuka can move around the formation, right? He can play outside, he can play inside, he can play X, he can play Y, he can play flanker, he can play Z, but it's best for Ibuka to be the slot receiver and Godwin would be an ancillary piece. We got a good question here. This is from Michael. He says, is Samson droppable? This is Dylan Sampson, right? I want to talk to Samson.
I want to talk to Samson. Climbing to the moon like that bitch Alice Kramer.
Samson's not droppable. Ford is droppable. Samson is still the receiving down back there, and he's the handcuff. They like Samson. He's played well, man. So he's a last bench, like last spot in the bench handcuff. VPN says dad died at 12 and his mom was suicidal, and there's more to it. Saw it on IG. Tucker Kraft, man. And more reason to love Tucker Kraft, right? The Nameless Maniac. What's going on, bro? Drake May, how are we feeling about him? For fantasy, I feel very good about him. In terms of real life, he's still inconsistent. It's similar to Bo Nix, right? Bo Nix lost that game for the Broncos today with that terrible pick in the fourth quarter. And I like Drake May, man. And I feel like he's probably better than Caleb Williams, I guess I would say. This is what is this? Kilpie? Colts 2-0, Chiefs 0-2. Who predicted that? Probably a person named nobody. Yeah, Danny Dimes, bro. Danny Dollar killing it. And the Chiefs are beat up. Their offensive line looks like shit. They have no running backs. Kelsey's I was so happy when Kelsey dropped that pass in the end zone for that pick today. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's fucking amazing, bro. So awesome. Super happy about that one. Tyler says, you think I should drop Young for Daniel Jones with the start? Bryce Young, yes, for Daniel Jones. I wouldn't get crazy and start Daniel Jones over like Baker Mayfield or Dak Prescott or something like that. But Steve said I try to trade for Samson for some usable depth. 100%. He's usable depth. He could be a handcuff and he could be used each week in PPR. Samson was like a Snoopy parody. Well, Alec, unfortunately, this comment is very, very Michigan biased. Yes, he's won everywhere he's been. He's been in great situations. And now he's in another great situation, and he looks like a fucking turd. Like, he looks like a turd. Are we fans of J.J. McCarthy in here, or what? Because I have a lot of problems with J.J. McCarthy.
I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Michael says, good week for Scatabo. Scatabo has probably earned a 50-50 timeshare, and it's not so much the fact he took some work away from Tracy. It was the fact that it seemed like Devin Singletary was phased out this week, which I love because he was always going to kind of be the third guy, like the third wheel. And if it's a two-man backfield, Scatabo is going to get the high-value touches. He's going to get the goal line work, and he's going to get the passing down work, which is what we want for running back, right? Andre says, shit. I'm trying to sell high on Debo and buy low on a receiver doubling. What are the options? Dude, Debo is like the ultimate sell high right now. Dude, if you could trade Debo for Terry McLaurin, I'll just give you a 1-for-1 on the same team. That's probably not a popular opinion because people will tell me I'm an idiot for saying that, but we all know Terry McLaurin's a G and Debo is still kind of fat and he's probably going to get hurt. So Terry McLaurin all day. I would probably trade Debo for George Pickens. I would probably trade him for, I'm trying to think of other 5th to 6th round receivers because Debo was like an 8th round receiver that is now vaulted, based on value higher. Guys in that range, go in the 5th round. and look at guys. You could try to pair Debo and like a running back for like a JSN. Maybe JSN's hard because his stock's pretty high. T. Higgins, right? If you can get T. Higgins for Debo with the panic of the injury to Joe Burrow, that's the one right there, bro. T. Higgins, do that shit. Sophomore slump for Bo Nix. Yeah, a little bit. He'll be fine, but he should have never been drafted that high. Scott says, I thought Ingram would have been great in Denver. I thought Nix would have been targeting him second after Sutton. Well, apparently he wasn't targeting Sutton this week. It's going to be they're almost like a version of the Packers, bro. They're running out, like Pat Bryant's going to eventually be part of the offense. They're running out their four receivers, and you still have Marvin Mims, right? They're using Tyler Bidet. It's really weird there. JJ McCarthy, yeah, he's played 2 horrible games, Alec. Horrible. I'm not Mr. Overreaction. I'm not like the shock jock here, but it's been bad. You can't tell me it's not been bad. He's got Kevin O'Connell, that awesome system, a good O-line, Justin Jefferson, trash. Thank you, Andre. Thank you. Why are we talking about high school accomplishments, man? Yeah, dude. Scatterbo is like, that's the definition, right? Your quote hit on the nail on the head there. Scatterbo's a good football player. He's similar to like a Taysom Hill. And I'm not just saying that because he's white, okay? He's a football player. That dude is a fucking dog. And I hate using that term because it gets thrown out too much. Scatterbo is a dog. I call him Scattaboo. I prefer Scattaboo. Debo is a fat still high right now. I agree with you. Yeah, he's pretty fat, bro. What are your tight end rankings? I can tell you I have Tucker Kraft and Tyler Warren inside the top 6. And then after that, it's a fucking big layer of shit. And then all the other guys are not great. Kyle Pitts needs to be moved up because he looked good tonight. It's a dart throw after that, right? Nameless Maniac. I think May's going to have it. This guy loves May. Albeit I think it depends a lot on how Campbell and Jared Wilson play out. Drake May's fine, dude. He's definitely good in fantasy because he's going to give you a lot in the ground. I'm not buying into Juwan Johnson yet. Now, I have like 30% of my 400 best ball leagues. That was my last round pick. I love Juwan Johnson in best ball. He's playing a lot. He's on the field a lot. I just hard for me to believe it. It's Juju. How you doing, Smith Schuster? Should I trade DK and Bo Nix for Lamar and Ridley? Yeah, bro. Yeah. That's like the easiest trade I've ever heard in my life. Definitely, bro. You're getting Lamar, who's easy as hell, top 2 quarterback, and Ridley. Like, I like DK maybe a little over Ridley. In half PPR, I probably like DK more. In full PPR, I'm not panicking on Ridley. Do not panic on Ridley. Cam Ward's going to get better. I know Io Manor, who I love, is coming on, but do not panic on Ridley. How much fab would you spend on Ertz when the second best tight end available is Ferguson? I would rather have Ferguson than Ertz. So Ertz is not sustainable. He's not good, bro. It looks good. The numbers look good. I would 100% help me in the chat here. Am I on an island? Would you rather have Ferguson or Ertz right now? It's Ferguson for sure. Yeah, I figured you were a Patriots fan, but hey, that was a good win today. What happened to Derrick Henry, Michael? I have no idea what happened to him. Who should I trade out of DK, Tat, and Keenan Allen for Ridley, along with Bo and Lamar Slop? Keenan Allen. Trade Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, for sure. Yeah, but you got Aaron Rodgers as a quarterback, man. DK is going to be just fine. Yeah, we want Ferg over old man Ertz. Goddard, I have it ranked. I'd probably still want Ferguson over Goddard, man. Goddard has better touchdown equity, so I'd rather want Goddard in a half-point PPR. Full point PPR, it's definitely going to be Ferguson. We got, do I trade Ridley and Keenan for Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave? Yes, you do. Garrett Wilson, I don't care what happened with Justin Fields today. Garrett Wilson's a stud. Olave has 22 targets in 2 games. So I'm doing that one. Keenan Allen, like trade high on Keenan Allen, bro. And Michael, buy low on AJ Brown. I have a moth in here. Buy low on AJ Brown. Thanks, Juju. As you should, man. I've been doing this shit pretty much every night. I don't have much time left. I actually haven't drank this beer. I'm gonna go 3 hours max, bro. I got to stop after 3 hours. Okay. I got a big day tomorrow. I'm going to Home Depot. Maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if we have enough time. Name that movie. First one to name the movie in the chat gets something. I don't know. Name the movie. I actually talked about it earlier in the stream, but name it. Bed Bath & Beyond, Home Depot, Frank the Tank. No? Very disappointed. Thought my guys would be cooler.
It's open! What's this?
Hello, George.
Come in. Come in.
I knew Sean would get that one. That took a while for all you guys, but yes, Frank the Tank. All right, what do you guys got for me? Click. What is no, Click is an Adam Sandler movie. That's not it. Although I still have week 2 headlines up here, and we've talked about we've talked a lot of football, but I could just put anything up here too. I can put this up here. I think this is a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one. I love Coochie. Michael says, would you rather have T. Higgins or Kenneth Walker rest of the season? T. Higgins, bro. By a mile, T. Higgins. If it's standard, I might want Kenneth Walker, but it's T. Higgins. We're going streaking through the quad, through the gymnasium. Everyone's doing it. Do you think KFC's still open, honey? That's the best part, bro. That is the fucking best part. Thoughts on Brown's tight end Fannin? He actually did better than I thought this week. I think him and Njoku had this similar snap share, same exact stats. It was like 4 for 40, right? It's funny is they're using him in the Joker role that we hear Sean Payton talk about all the time. Like they're moving him all around the formation, so I do like that. Nameless says, okay, I'm admittedly not that knowledgeable in fantasy. Someone just proposed me Troy Franklin, Jamison Williams, and Javonte Williams for Neighbors and Jordan Mason. No. You're not trading Neighbors. They're trying to trade high on Troy Franklin and Javonte Williams. I love Javonte Williams, but Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones got hurt tonight. So Jordan Mason is a possible, I don't know how many weeks Mason or Jones is going to be hurt. It was a hamstring. That's 100% Nameless. Do not accept that trade. No. It's like if you want Brad Pitt to fuck your wife and you think you're going to have her back. No, it's prime Brad Pitt. She's not coming back to you. You do that trade, you're not winning that trade. Casey said, should I start RJ Harvey or Scatterbo next week? Ooh, you got to have a better option than that. Dude, probably Scatterbo. That's how bad it's gotten for Harvey. That's fucking rough, bro. I'm scared about Higgins because of Joe Burrow injury. He kind of saved me today with that 1 TD. Don't be scared, man. It's still the Bengals. Their defense is still trash. I wouldn't be too worried about it. It's not good for him, but it's not necessarily that bad. Browning's a chucker, man. Yeah, Aaron Jones, he missed the last drive. He had his helmet off. I know this because I needed 4 points from him to win a matchup. I thought I'd get it in garbage time in PPR. I didn't get it. So yeah, he's that's why you watch the show, Steve. You can get all this information, I might seem like a drunk, but I'm actually very tuned in. Never been more tuned into the NFL or life. Tuned in. Yeah, he's hurt. Hamstring injury. I saw it happen, and he played a couple more snaps. And then that's the worry is actually it's bad for him because he probably tried to power through it. You want to know why? Because he knows Jordan Mason's about to take his job, baby. Yeah, dude. Casey, we're going to make all the money this year, baby. And then next year, you're going to come back, and you're going to start, and you're going to draft all the players, right? Not saying you didn't draft the right players, but collaboration, right? We're going to find the right players together. Jordan Mason is a fucking G, man. He was the ideal RB3 to draft because he's a usable guy, right? Especially in half PPR, but even in full, usable guy. You need to throw in there for your flex. You can get a touchdown. We didn't think this offense would be that bad, but usable guy that has elite. It's similar to David Montgomery, right? Elite upside with an injury. So waivers seemed better last week. Dude, week to week, I play in a lot of deep leagues, so I don't expect much from the waivers. I always like to, stack my bench for the guy. I have IO Manor everywhere already. I have IO Manor in 14 leagues, and IO Manor is kind of the guy to pick up this week. You want to get ahead of those waivers 1 week ahead. Try to predict. Try to look at snap share. So usually Monday night, This Monday night, we're going to do our recap show, but usually Monday nights, I'll do the recap show Sunday night tonight. And then usually Monday night after the game, I'll do my snap share show where I just go through all the things that stand out for me in terms of playing time, do little trends, kind of like the stock market. Now I have to choose between him and Jalen Warren next week. Mason and Warren. If Aaron Jones misses, it's not even a debate. You're taking Jordan Mason. So happy and shocked with that, with what Diami Brown did today in my deep PPR league. Probably hold on to him a bit longer. I'm a big Diami Brown fan. He's one of my most owned players in best ball. I'm so happy. He had a bad week 1, but he was my 18th round pick and underdog in like 30% of my underdogs, bro. I was worried about Travis Hunter's snap share, which is kind of coming to fruition. He's a 65% player. Brown's playing 80% of the snaps, and I like Trevor Lawrence this year, so it just made sense. I think Jones will be out, bro. He is old. He's a dinosaur. I got offered James Cook and Pittman for Kyron Williams and Mike Evans. You have Kyron and Evans. You have offered James Cook and Pittman for Kyron Williams and Mike Evans. I probably wouldn't do it. As much as I'm about Blake Corum, that's so tough, man. Is it a deep league? That's so tough. I'm trying to think if that makes sense to do. I feel like Pittman, I like Pittman, but I feel like you're getting the worst player in the deal there. Cook's probably the best player in the deal. Yeah, we got that. You have Evans and Williams. Evan Williams. So you have whiskey. I wouldn't do it, bro. Wait for Evans to pop off this week and then do it. Or just wait until like Godwin comes back. You can find a dumb owner in your league that's not going to realize that his production might go down, because he's going to be fine the next 4 weeks. Yeah, I would stick with what you have, man. This is why this chat is huge. I appreciate all you guys. The goal here is for everyone to eat, bro. We all eat. And like, especially me, I'm pretty fucking fat. But besides the fact that I'm eating a lot of food, we're going to eat in fantasy. Again, those the regulars that have been in here, I'm talking to you, Steve. Some of the others, man, I'm getting toasty as shit. I sent my email out. Y'all want to come on the show? Message me. Maybe I'll do a tryout, bro. Like, you gotta get naked and strip for me. Yes. That's my end goal here, is to see some naked dudes. Not on OnlyFans, but that's what I want. I like golden showers too.
Is that piss? Is that piss?
You might as well pull over. He's just gonna keep yelling.
Jesus Christ, D! I'm covered in piss!
Well, maybe you shouldn't have had your window down.
Maybe you shouldn't be throwing jars of pee out the window!
Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. It's up for debate.
You shouldn't!
Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. You shouldn't. God. I could watch It's Always Sunny all day. I can't believe you guys are still in here. This is a long fucking stream. I feel honored by the dedication. I want to give a speech and I'm gonna get all teary-eyed and shit. Hey, just wait, man. Give it a year. We're gonna have 4,000 fucking people in this goddamn thing. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be as intimate, because right now it's very intimate. I'm getting to know you guys, and I can't keep up with 4,000 people. That's a dream, but Nameless says my current fantasy starters are Mayfield, Krosky, Merritt, Mason, Hill, Neighbors, Henry, Harrison. 20-man league. Is that for real? There's 20-man leagues? That's amazing. Krosky Merritt's the starter now. Mason's going to be the starter, so that's your running backs. Hill, Neighbors. There's no way that's Derrick Henry, right? Because how could you have all those in a 20-team league? I'm trying to wrap my head around that. If you're asking me to grade your team in a 20-team league, it's like what's above A? Is there a letter above A? Like a 1? Dude, I would love to play a deep league. Unfortunately, you're at the mercy of your draft spot, but you could make it work from any draft spot. Let's see, Astro. What up, Astro? I haven't seen you on here. Is it safe to IR Burrow and pick up Stafford because I have Fields as backup? Well, you have to IR Burrow. No, don't even do it. Just roll with Fields, bro. Don't pick up Stafford. Don't waste another roster spot on a quarterback. If you believe in Fields, start him. If you don't, then you got to move on. But I believe in Fields. It's IELDS. I believe in Fields. So I would stick with Fields, not fuck with that. He'll be fine. He'll be just fine. Whoa. B-side says, I'm in a 20-man IDP Superflex. That's like someone telling you they had sex and you being like, yeah, I went to a sex party. Story time with Rob. I actually did, but I'm not gonna go into that now. I've already said my one dark secret story of my 500. I have 500 more of these streams, so I got to save the stories, right? Yeah, Michael says, I don't know. Fields had a concussion. Good call, but we don't know. I mean, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of players come back from a concussion in 1 week. So I would wait and see because Stafford, okay, fine. Is there a difference between Stafford or Joe Flacco or Bryce Young or any of these bums on the wire? Because if Fields is your long-term solution, like, I think you just roll with Fields. See other reports come out. If there's 5 or 6 guys on the wire, you're fine. If there's not, then maybe pick up Stafford and do that. But if there's 5 starters on the wire, you're fine, right? You're going to get a starter. It's 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, whatever. And we also, here's the thing is, tomorrow we're going to find out about Burrow. They're going to make their decision from what I hear. He's either getting surgery and he's out for the year or at least 3 months, or he's going to try to play through it and they're going to give us a timetable, which is probably going to be, I'm guessing, 2 to 3 weeks. Pain tolerance, rehab, all that shit. But he's going to want to play. Burrow's already lost. This would be Joe Burrow's 3rd lost season to injury. So that's not good. He's going to want to play, man. They're 2-0 as well. Like, it'd be one thing if they were 0-2. They're 2-0. I think there's a chance that they don't have a great roster, but no, it is turf toe. Besides, it's turf toe with ligament damage. But that is something that you could play through. I don't know for sure. Again, I never had turf toe, but I think you could play through it. Gentlemen, 30 likes. We have 7. I'm doing till 3-hour stream, 17 minutes. We have 30 likes. We have 23 subs. We need 50 subs and 50 likes. I'm giving away a free $10 bet. My boy Steve almost hit a 7-legger with that. I placed it on DraftKings. Would have paid out $1,100. No sweat for you guys. Whoever's in here that hasn't subbed, why not do it? Why not like the video? We're going to try to get up to 50 and 50, and I will give away a free bet. I'll get your email. You send me your picks next week, or even tomorrow night if you win it, and you can get that in there. Maniac, I have a second team in a 10-man league. There are like 5 teams that are 10-man teams are stacked, man. It's pretty much whoever hits on that, like Cooper Kupp season where he was a 6th-round pick or whatever he was, and he has the wide receiver 1 season, or whoever team stays healthy wins. Michael says Dante Thornton, biggest sleeper. I'm not buying into Thornton yet, man. Show me something, Thornton. I'd rather roster Io Manor right now. Io Manor has a clearer path to targets and snaps. Well, Tucker is eventually going to be phased out. It's going to take a while. What's up, Jay? I stream about 10 times a week, man. So every night, typically late night. Sunday mornings, I'll do one. And then occasionally 1 or 2 times a week, I'll stream in the afternoon. If there's news breaking. Again, I'm not getting paid for this, so it's hard for me to just fucking do it all the time like some of the other guys. I mean, I have been because I've been just making a lot of money on fantasy and gambling, and I'm just going all in. I've been doing this channel for 4 years, so I feel like this has been a nice avenue to meet some people and talk and get this channel out there. Scott says, would you start Baker, Mayfield, or Justin Herbert tomorrow? I'm starting Baker. Believe it or not, I'm starting Baker. It's probably not a thanks, Jay. Appreciate you, bro. It's probably not a popular opinion. I'm starting Baker, though. Track record. I like the game script there a little better. Cam Newton, nameless. Cam Newton on the Patriots. I bought into that too. He was doing good for like 6 weeks, but I'm cooking, Steve. I'm cooking, man. I am naturally cracked out too. Believe it or not, I'm not. I'm just drunk. I'm not on any drugs. So like energy level. Baldwin's not in this chat anymore. Alec was the guy I worked with, the younger kid. He's a man now. I would go to work at 6 a.m. and they're like, "What the fuck? What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm just fucking happy, bro. I'm just living life, man. There's no reason to like be down and sad. And I don't want to make other people have a bad time because of my experience. In this case, there's a lot of streams and a lot of shows you can watch that are just, if you want to join them and be interactive, they're going to like talk down to you and just be a dick. And they're just going to give you the same cookie cutter information. And sometimes I don't just go against the grain to go against the grain. I'm going to tell you what I actually do with my real money. That's where in my buddy's story, I don't know if you've seen story on here, Steve. Super knowledgeable, great talker. That dude's awesome. More of a college football guy. He plays both, but like he has the knowledge of the players' backgrounds more than I do. But we're a nice collaboration. And our league is amazing. We're averaging like 170 points in 2 weeks. We did it on Fantrax. We have scored 40 more points than the next highest team. So I like learning, right? And like whether it's a guest on my show, whether it's people in the chat, whether it's watching a show on YouTube, someone else's opinion, I like fucking learning, right? So that's the biggest key is take the information and then make your own opinion, right? So like don't just take what I'm saying or anyone else saying as like gospel. It's about learning and taking a stat or taking someone's opinion on a situation if they watch film and then watching it yourself. What's going on, Jack? How you doing, man? Michael says a bit early, but are you never too early, Michael? Are you starting Kenneth Walker or Marvin Harrison Jr. in the flex next week? Full PPR, Marvin Harrison, no doubt in my mind. Half PPR, I don't know the matchups exactly who they're playing, but again, I like full PPR. I like receivers in my flex, but I'm not giving up or panicking on Marvin Harrison Jr. There's going to be a game, both the games, and Harrison has one good game, right, and one kind of shitty game. Both games the Cardinals have played, they've been up like 18 points, 19, 20 points in the first half, and they salted these games away. There's going to be a game script where they have to throw the fucking ball, and Marvin Harrison will eat. No problems, Jack. Much love. Half sports analysis, half drunk guy Shatman with a heart of gold. Hey, I take that as a compliment, I think. Half drunk. I mean, I'm full drunk, but you just don't think I am. Marv's against San Fran, Kenneth against New Orleans. Okay, now I see what you're saying because that's a good matchup for Kenneth Walker. Is it full PPR? Again, if it's full PPR, I'm still going Marv. Half PPR, I could see Kenneth Walker. Steve says go Marv either way. I think I'm going to just kind of default to the settings, right? Full PPR, you got to go Marv, baby. You got to go Marv. Burrow out really 3 months if he has to have surgery, and that's what it seems like, man. It's either going to be 2 or 3 weeks or 3 months, and 3 months might be the year. So I know it's 2 weeks, but you think the biggest fantasy bust is so far at value? Ooh. Hobgoblin. That's a deep, deep question. The biggest bust. I mean, it's probably going to be RJ Harvey, bro. Because it's not about what he's done the first 2 weeks. It's about we have no clear path of this guy getting work. And you drafted him as an RB2 in the 5th, 6th round. So it might be him. Tyler says, I'm cooking up a trade. I can't decide to ship out Tyreek or Juwan Jennings as part of it. I would rather have Tyreek than Juwan Jennings. Like, I know Jennings had a touchdown today, but, you know, Brandon Ayuk is still coming back at some point. Kittle's coming back. Tyreek, there's a lot of questions, but it's 100% Juwan Jennings is way lower than Tyreek. Where would I rank the Colts offense this year? Apparently, they're a top 10 unit. I'm not going to quite buy into it. I think I'm going to start betting against the Colts the next few weeks. We got Trey, Harvey, or Burrow. It's unfair for Burrow. Although his first full healthy game, he scored 10 points. So I have more faith in Travion Henderson is not calling him a bust because he's going to be fine. Top 12 at this point, Sully. But there you go. That's why Steve Casey's in this chat. Pacheco probably is going to be the fucking play. Garrett Wilson on my shit list. That was a bad move. Garrett Wilson will be fine, bro. Don't worry about Garrett Wilson. They had like, dude, Justin Fields had 3 completions. So Garrett Wilson's fine. His target share is unreal. Go, Pat, go. Jennings got paid. He's going, no, here's the thing, Solano. Most of Jennings' contract is incentive-based, hence why he came back early from that shoulder injury he shouldn't have played with today. So Jennings getting paid is a good thing because if you like Jennings, because his contract is half incentive. That's why you watch this show, because you're getting stuff that you don't get from another fantasy show. It's mostly incentive-based. So he has it's like a $7 million base salary now. There's another $7 million incentives. So they essentially are paying him $14 million if he hits his incentives. If he doesn't, he makes $7 million. So Jennings is not going to take it easy because he needs that. How do you like that, dude? Fucking 15 beers in, Just off the top of my tongue. Now, Tavian Wicks. Wicks is going to be a good sleeper, bro, going forward. Jaden Blue. Well, Jaden Blue, but you didn't draft him high enough. But Jaden Blue has not seen the field. He has not been active. No worries, Solano. I wasn't trying to be like, yo, motherfucker, that's why Jennings, but like that's for real. Jennings got a lot of incentives in his contract. And I'm picking up Daniel Jones if I had Joe Burrow, but I already have Jordan Love in most of those leagues, and Jared Goff's available in one of them. I'm gonna pick him up. You want to hear a terrible story, young Patty? So my wife's in 11 leagues. She's getting a fantasy a couple years ago. I draft all our teams, and then we manage them together, right? She started fucking Jared Goff last week because I told her that, Fields had a tough matchup against Pittsburgh. This week she starts Justin Fields and benches Goff. And so she's going to be 1-1, but like she's lost so many points from that terrible decision. So that's a good call, Nameless. The Colts situation feels like the Saints last year when they won not only do they win those games, Nameless, they were blowing teams out the first 2 weeks. Remember they scored, what was it, like 80 points, 70 points the first 2 weeks, and then Carr got hurt and all, but like they were still fading anyway. So I still can't trust Danny Dimes, bro. Not like fully, right? Where I'm like picking up as my starter, betting on the Colts. Like I don't want to do that. And should have lost the game, honestly. If it wasn't for that penalty, leverage or whatever, when the leverage when they on the 60-yard field goal, and why they were salting that game away to attempt a 60-yard field goal is a fucking above me, man. Retarded. I have Rodgers in one, JJ in another, and Love and Goff in a 2 quarterback. Love's gonna be awesome this year, dude. I mean, they weren't the real deal today, Sullivan. They were not the real deal today, bro. Gentlemen, 16 more likes. We have 7 minutes in the stream. I might go 10 more. 16 more likes. 20 more subs. I'm giving away a free bet. I can't stay on much longer than 3 hours, though. This has been a fucking marathon. Not saying I don't enjoy it, but I have to get off. I'm also doing a long one tomorrow night. So tomorrow night after the game, live at midnight Central Time, right when the game finishes, give or take, me and Story, my football guy, doing our full week 1 recap. We're going to go into every game, try to get to some of your comments, but good call, Sean. Once the team gets filmed, maybe they get exposed 100%. Yeah, Danny Dollar. I love that. I like calling him Danny Dollar now, man. JJ reminds me of Anthony Richardson. A lot of hype and not great results. I mean, that might be really, man. It seems like a big slight to call someone Anthony Richardson because at least McCarthy can kind of complete a pass. I don't know if you saw that pass today I think it was the early fourth quarter, where Justin Jefferson. It was like 3rd and 8. It was like a 16-yard out pass. He was wide open. He just threw it in the ground, bro. That's a bad, the clean pocket. Like that's rough. Hey, Katarina, Greece. How you doing? Different time zone. I should probably get on that one, huh? Scott, I thought you were on the West Coast with that Gaetti jersey. No, I just don't sleep, man. So, but I do love Gary Gaetti, one of my favorite baseball players of all time. Even kind of before my time, but I'm a Cubs fan. Was a Cubs fan, I guess. And 98, he was in the Cubs, hit a couple grand slams. He's the rat, bro. Guy has such a big nose, he can light a cigarette in the rain. I had hope for JJ as well, dude. And then he's had 7 bad quarters of football and 1 good quarter. So, Nameless says the real question we should be asking: Mac Jones over 550 passing yards. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, 12:25 here in Cali. I wish it was 12:25 here. So I got to get the Cali people in here because it's prime time for you guys. Sully says Richardson might be the worst, bro. Although I still have hope for Anthony Richardson because he is like 23 years old. Is he 22? He's super young. He was 20 when he was drafted, so I think he's 23. Tyler says Burrow's my starter. I think it's worth it to include him as part of a trade. Well, don't do anything until we find the news out tomorrow. They're probably going to give that news to us at 3 o'clock. I'm sure Adam Schefter will break it around 3 p.m. Central Time, that is. And they're gonna let us know whether it's surgery, whether it's not surgery, and if it's not surgery, what the timeline is. If it's surgery, it's 3 months minimum. It's probably the year, dude. Heyo, Chi-Town. Well, the Angels are terrible, bro. You wasted Mike Trout's fucking amazing years. All-time player, never made the playoffs. You gave up on Shohei Ohtani. Ooh, Richardson, the new Lance, the new Trey Lance. I mean, Jay, that's some bad company right there, dude. That's like being called the new Charlie Sheen, like new age Charlie Sheen, like calling someone crazy. Like, yeah, you're the Charlie Sheen. Well, yeah, Richardson's highlights, dude. Like, you see the highlight. If you just watch Richardson's highlights, it's probably one of the best combos we've ever seen. He's 6'4", he's 240, super fast, rocket arm, 70 yards on a laser. But the problem is you watch his low lights, and it's like, this is high school shit. Like, is this guy on acid? What's he doing? He can't make the easy throws. He has no touch. He can't read defenses. Like, you could have one of those bad qualities. He has all of them, and he needs to go to a system like Minnesota. Like, he needs to go to an Eagles, Ravens, be a backup, learn. He'll be fine, but not with the Colts. Well, Trout got a little old too, and I'm pretty sure Trout was on steroids, as all baseball players are. So, Heckler. There's Heckler. We talked about Fields. I can do a little Fields thing. I'm not as panicked as most, and again, I'm higher on Justin Fields than anyone. This was an embarrassing performance. 3 completions. Not bad weather. Bills defense gave up 41 points to the Ravens. I'm still starting Justin Fields going forward because he has the cheat code. I think he's a proud player. I don't know what that was today. It was not good. It was a landslide, but I'm still not as worried. I get if you have a Dak Prescott but I'm not about starting Danny Dimes over Justin Fields next week. I'm not doing that. Now, I'm not telling you to listen to my advice. I'm telling you what I would do. I'm still starting Justin Fields. Well, I did win my rushing prop, and if you drafted Justin Fields, you won your week 1 matchup because of Justin Fields. He scored 32 fantasy points. So you're 1-1, and it's fine. You drafted him as a low-end quarterback 1. But I'll say sorry, Heckler, for heckling me. But I'm still not apologizing. Sorry. Justin Fields will be just fine. It's one bad game, bro. Justin Fields is known for having some bad games. Richardson or Milton feel like he has an arm too. Yeah, well, Milton is one of those same guys, bro. Cannon arm, can't read a defense. It's time to worry about Trevor Lawrence if you're a Jags fan. I mean, it's been time to worry about Trevor Lawrence a long time ago. But it looks better now. Now that's the question, Jay. I'm probably starting Knicks. I got to look at the matchups. Again, I'm still like getting over week 2 and trying to figure out all this stuff from week 2 before I look forward to, towards week 3. Knicks would be the safe play, but Knicks didn't look all that good either, man. He had the touchdown passes, but he also cost the game with the interception. So, yeah, the rushing prep hit, bro. I'm 2-0 on the Justin Fields, always. Hawkinson sucks. So, yeah, you're good. I will still start Justin Fields. It's one bad week. He's gonna prove it wrong. I mean, come back next week when Justin Fields scores 28 points. But no worries. I still love you too, Heckler. Even though you heckle me, I love your name. Matt Prater says Solano. Yeah, man. Especially this week, Thursday Night Football. So Bass is on the IR. You have another 2 weeks of him for sure. And the Dolphins is a great matchup. Casey, thank you. We've got to see about the concussion as well. That's the thing. All right, gentlemen. 14 more. We got 10 minutes left in this video. 14 more likes. 15 more subs. I'm giving away the free bet. Can we get there? We got 51 people in here. Can we get there? Free bet, $10 bet. Drop your email. You place your bet. It could be tomorrow night's games. It could be Thursday night. It could be fucking next Sunday. Whatever you want. You could be a parlay. You could win $1,000, bro. Free, no sweat bet. Why the fuck not do it? You're going to get this content every night, 7 days a week. Fantasy, gambling, you name it. Hang out, this chat. Powerpuff. I'm giving away a free $10 bet. I'm already giving away 2, but we gotta hit the goals. Free bet. It's a $10 bet. So I put a $10 bet on whatever you want. Single bet, parlay. Not using one of my boosts, and then if you win, I Venmo you. Simple as that. Nameless says May or Prescott next week. Also Golden, Hunter, Algier, and Flex. It's Hunter and Flex. And I don't know the matchups, but May or Prescott's probably a toss-up. Again, I'm just too lazy to pull out my other screen and have the matchups in front of me. That's not really good radio. My bad. But Hunter, blindly Hunter. Golden, you can't start. You can't trust Golden. Algier had a good week, but he's not going to get more than 25% of the snaps next week. Tyler says, how to win? Well, if we get 50 likes and we get 50 subscribers on this live stream, it's been going on 3 hours, so I can't believe we haven't had it. I will pick I get a list of all the subscribers from this video and the likes from this video, and I draw it out of a hat, and whoever wins, I will do that before the show ends if we get to that, and then I will get your information and boom, place the bet for you. You don't have to pick the bet right now. You can pick it in the next week, whatever. I don't think we're going to get there. We still need 15 subs. I have 10 minutes left, but I mean, it'd be nice. Like I said, I don't care, dude. It's $10. I'm up a lot of money gambling. Not really. I used to play playing NHL 2K12 was a great game. I was a Blackhawks fan during their awesome run, but I'm not a bandwagon dude. So I'm an NFL fan, man. Big NBA fan. Was a big NBA fan. Used to be a huge baseball fan. I tapered that off. I'm married. I play drums. Big golfer. I bowl. I have a lot of hobbies. So like following multiple like professional sports leagues is just not possible anymore. I still know a lot about those sports, like, but oh, hey-oh. Are you a Canadian? I like Canadians, man. They're really nice. A lot of good experience with people from Canada. They got some fucked up government up there, though, so. Hey-oh. Well, what do I say to you guys? Hi. Whereabouts are you from? Whereabouts are you from? In Canada. Two of my good buddies I play Xbox with, I met online, are from Canada. And they're awesome. So, and I met other people from Canada too in the States. So they've all been super nice to me. Oh, thanks, Tyler. I've been playing like senior year of high school was 2006. That's when I started my first home league. But the last 15 years, I've been playing like hardcore. In the last 10 years, I've done over 20 redraft leagues every single year. So like this year, I'm in 25 leagues, all about $200 buy-ins, a couple 500s. One of my home leagues is still 150, which is pussy shit, but I've been in it for fucking 15 years. So I throw about $7,000 in fantasy. I usually have $1,000 riding each NFL week gambling. I'm up $4,000 since NFL week 1. So check out the gambling show, guys. Again, that is Friday, 7 p.m. is the actual YouTube video that drops. It's just a 5-minute video. My 3, 4, or 5 best bets of the week, usually all prop bets. I'm 7-1 on the year. 60. I think I'm up to 64% now on those prop bets the last 4 years. And then Saturday night live stream around midnight, we do our gambling segment where we go through every game. We talk about the line, the over, the best prop bets, the touchdown scorers, and we form some parlays, a big community thing. Only been 2 weeks of this. I've only been live streaming for 2 weeks. All the other stuff's long form. The last 4 years has all been long form. So I'm digging this, though. So does JJ McCarthy look like all of his coaches had a baby together? Did you see his picture? Did you see JJ McCarthy's baby, by the way? Dude, his wife, his fiance is super hot. He's a good-looking dude, kind of. His baby looks like a fucking turd, bro. Sounds weird, but go look it up right now. Please do me a favor. Look up JJ McCarthy's baby. There's a picture of him. It looks like an incest baby. Like, Michael, I'll get to your question in a second after I keep on going on about JJ McCarthy's baby. This is probably in really poor taste, but like, I don't give a shit. This fucking thing. Holy, I'm trying to take it all in.
Excuse me, sir. This is private property. What are you doing?
Just taking it all in.
You're staring at my daughter's bedroom.
She's really grown into her body. This is going to be a fun summer for her.
I think that's the second time I played that clip, but how wacky is that baby, dude? And like, dude, his fiance is hot. So like, here's the thing is sometimes like 2 attractive people make ugly babies and vice versa, right? 2 nasties, inbreds, make hotties. So he kind of looks like a Viking, Brandon. 100%, dude. Oh, God. This has been a fun stream, dude. 3 hours. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. I'm playing golf tomorrow, so I got to probably try to get some sleep. I've been nursing a hand injury, so I haven't played much golf. My wife loves riding with me. I go play, and she just rides along, and I DJs. She always is like, why aren't you playing golf? I'm like, my hand fucking sucks right now. My wife's fucking amazing, by the way. Super hot, too. Looks like she's 25 years old. I'm very lucky. I don't know what she sees in me. I think I make her laugh. And it's the facial hair. She's like, dude, you got badass facial hair. And my hairline. She's like, dude, you got nice hairline, Rob. Oh, shit. I really do appreciate all you guys on here. I'll stay. I got half a beer here. I'm going to finish this one real quick. And then I'm going to log off. So Sam Darnold may actually not be a one-hit wonder. How do we categorize? Okay, one bad week, one good week. He looked pretty good. I'm going to give him some props. But I don't know. We'll see about next week, right? But, like, he's going to be better than we thought, right? Much love, bro. Tyler says, keep the screaming going, bro. This is my first year doing fantasy. Only been into football the last 2 years, so I need football knowledge. It doesn't come from Stephen A. Smith. Well, you want to get yelled at? That's Stephen A. Smith. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get it. Don't get me wrong. There's probably better avenues. You're going to get the real deal here. And also, generally, the chat has been pretty knowledgeable. And there's good questions, and we talk these things out. And again, like, no one plays more. I'm going to tell you what I do with my money, which it's not always right, but I have only had one losing year in the last 15 years. But I do play a lot, so it's like mutual funds. But I'm plugged into this shit like so much right now. I've streamed like 20 hours this week. I learn a lot from these streams. I'm always reading shit. I'm watching every game. I watch film. I have an addiction, right? It's a bad problem, but I don't mind it. I do appreciate you, Tyler. Hopefully you subbed and you can come back. And we're doing this all the time, man. My buddy Story, you're going to be impressed. I'm the unprofessional one. He's the professional one in the Professional Fanatics, but this is my channel. When does Daniel Jones turn back into Daniel Jones? Probably next week, bro. JSN, 1,500 receiving year. Yeah, we all undervalued JSN this year, dude. And we all should have known it because Cooper Kupp is cooked and they have no tight end. And this is a great spot. His target share is unbelievable, man. Hot take, Jaden Higgins, 100-plus yards tomorrow. I mean, that's going to be a fucking crazy banger. Like, what? Is it even an option on DraftKings? The biggest steal of the draft so far is Tucker Kraft, bro. I had Tucker Kraft in 11 leagues. He is going to be a top 3 tight end. I said it in a hot take segment, which is funny. It was a hot take, but now it's becoming a real life take. So Tucker Kraft, I think, is the biggest steal. Javonte Williams as well. Another one of my guys. I only have Javonte in like 5 leagues, but I have it everywhere in best ball, bro. And may Matthew Golden get actually targeted for once? Hey, Matthew Golden got 2 carries. Carries are shitty, but all right, gentlemen, whoever's left in here, appreciate you guys. If you want to subscribe, 7 days a week, I'm be doing this every night, maybe a couple double shows. A lot of good stuff. AJ, sorry you just joined the chat. I've been on here for over 3 hours. We're gonna be doing this a lot the next 17 weeks. Do some playoff stuff. A lot of good betting. Yeah, you got to take more Javonte in best ball, bro. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate you, man. You guys are all awesome. And tomorrow night, midnight Central time, roughly. The game's at 9 p.m. Central, the last game Monday Night Football. So 12 or 12:15, me and my co-partner are going to be on the stream here, breaking down all the action from week 1, in depth, answering your questions, all the good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully you subbed. Hopefully I see you guys again. We'll get to that goal here and give away some free bets here soon. And again, those of you regulars in here, I sent my email out. I want a couple of you guys to come on the show. Send me your info as long as you have a decent laptop, and it gets you on the stream right there. And split this in half. You're going to be in the bottom. I'm going to be in the top. I'm a top. You're the bottom. It's going to be awesome. Peace.